It's football time in East Central Ohio.
From AVC Sports and WBMV, Barnesville, Woodsfield's 93 BMV. Now it's time to head for the field for tonight's game on WBMV.
93 BMV.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another night of high school football action here on WBNV 93.5. I'm John Charlton along with Brett Klein. Tonight we're in Wheelersburg after a adventuresome trip.
Some might say. Down
23 to 365 to 35.
You said
to
about
32.
how many roads I had to turn on to.
We made it down here, and we're excited for this Division 5 Region 19 regional semifinal game between the Barnesville Shamrocks and the Wheelersburg Pirates. Shamrocks come into this game with a 9-2 record. Wheelersburg comes in 11-0. And this is not an unfamiliar opponent for the Barnesville Shamrocks.
No, it is not. As you talked about, the Shamrocks 9-2. Those two losses coming from out-of-state opponents in Independence and George Washington. And you look at the past 3 years of high school football playoffs, and now this is the fourth. These two teams, the Wheelersburg Pirates and the Barnesville Shamrocks, are facing off in the playoffs. Now, the past 3 years have been pretty much controlled by Wheelersburg. They have come away pretty sound with some victories, the latest coming in Shamrock Stadium last year against the Shamrocks.
Yep, so 3 years ago in 2022, the Wheelersburg Pirates took a 55-31 victory, and 2 years ago, a 26-13 victory. Last year, 24-7. So Barnesville really not been able to score a lot of points, 31, I guess, 3 years ago, but need to find an answer for how do you get by the Wheelersburg Pirates.
Yeah, when they've come into the playoffs, they've hit this stump, and, so far they've held their opponents scoreless in the playoffs, the Barnesville Shamrocks have. But then you look at the Wheelersburg Pirates, and their defense is also allowing, I believe, 7 points a game. And you look at these two teams, 7 points a game for Wheelersburg defensively, and then 10 points a game allowed defensively for the Shamrocks. You're going to have a lot of, battle up front there to see who's going to come away with any type of leverage up front. So we're going to see what happens between these two teams.
That's right. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to get into a little more depth on both these teams, Barnesville Shamrocks and the Wheelersburg Pirates, right after these messages here on WBNV.
At Village Hardware and Rental in Barnesville, we've got everything you need for homeowner, contractor, and commercial jobs. From trusted Milwaukee tools and everyday hardware to pro-grade Valspar paint, trusted color you can count on. Plus, we offer paint mixing, key cutting, special orders, and commercial services too. And now, introducing our officially open firearms and ammo department. Fully stocked, trusted, and convenient. Whether you're working, improving, or protecting, Village Hardware and Rental is your one-stop shop. Drop by at 265 South Chestnut Street, Barnesville. Village Hardware and Rental. We make it easy to build the world around you. Power meets performance at Dillon Ford with this 2017 Ford F-250 Lariat Crew Cab. Featuring the legendary 6.7-liter Power Stroke diesel engine and only 64,000 miles, this truck is built to work hard and play harder. With its Lariat luxury interior and impressive towing power, you'll conquer every job in comfort and style. Don't miss your chance to own a truck that's as tough as you are. Stop by Dillon Ford today and test drive this incredible F-250 before it's gone.
Honestly, we've all been there. That place where it's past anxiety, past focus, where even reaching out to your closest friend feels too hard. I'm Crystal Reynolds with Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. We understand how fast those feelings can take over, especially with the stress of work, family, and life. That's why we've opened a mental health urgent care clinic in Cambridge, Ohio, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. No appointment needed. Just walk in. Come in today. Feel better today. Call us, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Mental Health Urgent Care.
Hi, this is Melissa Smithberger. Are you looking to sell or buy real estate? Smithberger Realty is a part of our nation's largest traditional and auction real estate company. We can provide you with national marketing with local expertise. Come visit our offices in Clarington or Barnesville.
Smithberger Realty is an affiliate of United Country Real Estate.
High school football
From AVC Sports
on WBNV, Barnesville, Woodsfield.
93 BNV.
Hey, welcome back here to Ed Miller Stadium here in Wheelersburg, Ohio, as we are looking at some playoff football action between the Barnesville Shamrocks and the Wheelersburg Pirates. And we want to dive in a little bit to the Shamrock team. They come in at 9-2, and as you mentioned, Brett, two tough losses. One a 17-14 loss to George Washington, which you got to attend, and the other one was a 42-21 loss to Independence. Both top-notch schools in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Independence still undefeated, and in that game I wanted to point out that Barnesville turned the ball over 5 times, including 4 interceptions in that game.
Yeah, when we look at the Barnesville Shamrocks, you point out those 4 interceptions. We look at some of the statistics behind Barnesville and their quarterback, Cole Francis. He comes into this game 60% pass accuracy, only 126 attempts and 1,300 yards. But there is almost half of his interceptions right there. He has 9 on the year and 4 coming against.
In one game.
Right, 4 coming against George Washington. And, that game came down to a field goal battle because Wheelersburg, that's who they're playing tonight. George Washington did a good job offensively against the Shamrocks, and they went down and they kicked that field goal, and then Barnesville had the same opportunity to do so, but they came up just a little bit short. And, when you're the Barnesville Shamrocks, who haven't really worked on kicking field goals from a distance all year other than pregame, you put your kicker out there in an interesting situation and ultimately came up short and missed that one. I believe it was wide left, so that was one of the 2 losses, and the other one, very tough Independence team. I believe that game was played at Marietta College.
Mm-hmm, right. And alma mater by the Wheelersburg Band. You can hear that in the background. We're going to pause for a minute here in for the national anthem. But one of the things we note about the Barnesville Shamrocks, they've scored 34 points or more in all of their victories. They can put up some points. They've scored into the 50s a couple times this year, which is tough to do with a running clock. So they're capable of scoring some points. On the other hand, their defense have pitched 4 shutouts, including the last 2 games, the last regular season game against Union Local, and then last week a 34-0 win over Portsmouth in the first round of the playoffs. And so Barnesville does quite a good job on defense, only 10.45 points given up per game.
Yeah, and we look at some of the statistics. The Barnesville Shamrocks, they're led pretty much by Heinz Ford, who is the all-time Barnesville High School leader in tackles with 130. And I want to thank Mark Brown for a handful of these statistics. So as we continue here in just a moment, we're going to step aside for the national anthem. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. The national anthem brought to you by Southeastern Ohio Credit Union.
And it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart.
Line here from Wheelersburg, Ohio.
We're going to run a break.
And on the radio, I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of a guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
If you're having any problems with your heating system, you want someone who will be there right away to help. This is Russ Abels. At Abels, we provide emergency service for any brand of heating cooling system 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call us. We promise to get you up and running quickly and professionally. And if you ever need a replacement, we'll help you save energy and money with a new high-efficiency system. And we will do a flawless installation. If you need help with your heating, call Abels.
Hey, welcome back to high school football action here at Wheelersburg. Tonight, the Barnesville Shamrocks travel down to Wheelersburg for the Division 5 Region 19 regional semifinal game. I'm John Charlton along with Brett Klein. We do want to mention live coverage of the national anthem was brought to you by Southeastern Ohio Credit Union. Wheelersburg band still on the field doing some pregame stuff, but we're talking pregame as well. And we just talked about Barnesville and how successful they have been defensively. We kind of got around to that, but they've had 4 shutouts this season and only give up 10.45 points per game. And as you mentioned, they're kind of led by Hines Ford on the defense as a linebacker, the all-time leading tackler for Barnesville high school football.
Yeah, they've done a great job defensively, and as we talked about a little bit, these last 2 playoff games, shutting out their opponents, and, we've had both of those. Actually, one game, I believe, not both, just one.
Though they shut out Union Local in Week 10 of the regular season, 34-0, and then they beat Portsmouth last week, 34-0. So their defense has really stepped up after the devastating loss to Independence.
Yeah, I got to get my brain set straight because they had a bye week, Week 11, because the new playoff format, top 4 seeds, because with Ironton being, removed from contention due to some rules that they broke.
Barnesville got the
4 seed, the bye week, Week 11, and then obviously here we are in Week 13 after a Portsmouth victory that they're taking on the Wheelersburg Pirates, who have played every week leading up to this point.
They had a bye last week as well.
2 weeks ago.
And so
because they are the 1 seed in Region 19.
And they beat Morgan last week 43-3. Now we know Morgan from the MVL. We think a pretty tough team, pretty good team, and they handled them pretty handily.
Yeah, the Morgan Raiders have given a lot of teams a run for their money. I was able to do Morgan and John Glenn. That was in Morgan, one of the few trips I've had to make down to McConnellsville. Great place to do a broadcast from, and the Raiders coming away with the win, and they caused a lot of turnovers in that game. So a very sound defensive team, but obviously Wheelersburg not having an issue with the Raiders.
Wheelersburg has a couple key players. They have a running back named Elijah Brown. He has 15 touchdowns this season, averages 62 yards per game. And, this kid must be able to run the ball pretty well for Wheelersburg, and they don't pass it a lot either.
No, we're going to see, with both of these teams having a pretty consistent defense and a very strong defense, we're going to see the quarterback play of number 4, Braylon Rucker. We're going to see what he's capable of doing, and, kind of some things from the Wheelersburg offense that might be a little uncomfortable for them playing a tough opponent in the Shamrocks, the same way that the Shamrocks might become a little uncomfortable with the tough defensive play of the Wheelersburg Pirates.
And one thing we know for sure is that the Barnesville Shamrocks like to run the ball.
Yes.
And so Wheelersburg, my guess is they're going to come out and stack the box, and they might force Barnesville into to try to throw the ball to get loose. Barnesville, pretty consistent all year long. They like to run the ball. Trey Tulliver, their sophomore running back, 28 touchdowns, including 3 last week for the Shamrocks.
Yeah, Trey Tulliver, he has over 1,400 yards, and he's the all-time Barnesville high school rushing leader. He has over 3,200 yards on his career, and then, they also like to use the fullback Kobe Jones, who has double-digit touchdowns. Unofficially, we have him down as 10 touchdowns on the year.
And 635 yards.
Yeah, and so, coming from that fullback position, that they're going to want to run bunch sets. They're going to have, a lot of people in the box. They're going to really try and, pound that football down your throat, that ground and pound football. And the Shamrocks pull that off very well because their offensive line, against the opponents they faced this year have been, a pretty good and solid offensive line for the Shamrocks.
And let's talk about that offensive line because, when you're getting the kind of yardage that they're getting on offense, we want to mention these guys. So at left tackle, we have Max Cassiopeia, and then we have Braxton Byers at left guard, Christian Hannes at center, Dylan Lucas at right guard, and Gavin Morris at right tackle. And these guys are big up front, and they block well, and I tell you what, they like to run the ball behind that big offensive line. And, you throw in the tight end as well, which is Logan Craker. Those guys can all block up front.
Yeah, they've got a really good push. I've enjoyed watching Matt Cassiopo this year, a fantastic lineman for the Shamrocks. And then, they just have they've always had a pretty consistent offensive line as the Shamrocks are getting ready to run out on the field right now. Shamrocks will be wearing their white on white with green numbering. And, as we're getting ready to get this game underway, I think this is going to be a game controlled by who's going to have the push up front on that offensive line of scrimmage. And then it's going to come down to big plays. Who's going to have control over the air when it comes to whether deep plays or not? Barnesville secondary, they have a tendency to struggle a little bit against, faster receivers, and we've seen that every time that the Wheelersburg Pirates have played the Shamrocks.
And we know that Wheelersburg also missing one of their top defensive backs and tacklers, not playing tonight, so they have a guy named Jay King in there, a young defensive back, never started before. And if the Shamrocks know that, which they should pick up on that pretty quickly, they ought to be targeting him for some passing yards.
Yeah, we look at number 22, Stephen Hall. We were told beforehand that he will not be playing in tonight's game for reasons undisclosed. But, as you mentioned, the person who came and talked to us said that this is the first game that he has started in his high school career, so nerves are definitely going to be high. I know if it were me, I'd be a little nervous too.
Absolutely, and you get your first start in a playoff game. And so we also talked about big plays, and I think one of the players that we need to watch for Wheelersburg is a guy named Kenyon Evans. He is a deep threat. He took a 71-yard touchdown pass to the house last week against Morgan. He's a good defensive back as well, and he also likes to return punts and kickoffs. So we're going to see him get a lot of touches tonight, and the key is going to be to control him and keep him from making that big play.
Yeah, and the Wheelersburg faithful who are right in front of us, great facilities here at Wheelersburg. They've treated us well, fed us well. They've done a very good job accommodating for us, but the Pirate faithful in front of us, they have their jugs full of rocks. So if you hear, the thundering herd, then just know that their fans are going to be excited. And Barnesville traveling very well here tonight. Their band in attendance, the football team taking a couple charter buses down, and a great turnout for the Shamrocks. And we want to give a quick shout out to everybody listening here, not only in Barnesville but around the Southeast Ohio area, here on WBNV 93.5 FM, and audio live streaming on YRP TV. So Wheelersburg Pirates running out to the field now.
Here comes the Berg, if you will. The big signs that say the Berg, the flags about the Berg. And before we get to kickoff, we do want to thank all our sponsors for tonight's game: Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Abel's Electric Heating and AC, Allwell Behavioral Health Services, Ohio Children's Trust Fund, Campbell, Plumley, Milburn Funeral Home, WVU Medicine, Barnesville Hospital, Doan Ford, Village Hardware and Rental, West 40 Auto Sales, Bicon Services, Dutro Ford, Lincoln Nissan, Schaefer Insurance Agency, Smithburger Realtor, and Life Support Therapy Services. We appreciate all of them keeping us on the air as we get ready for the kickoff here. The clock is reset now to 12 minutes, and Wheelersburg did win the toss a few minutes ago. They chose to defer to the second half, so Barnesville will receive to start the game and have the ball first.
Yeah, and as we're getting ready, you just mentioned Wheelersburg deciding to defer. Barnesville with their black jerseys, white numbers with orange trim along with their orange helmets. Barnesville, as we mentioned earlier, white jerseys, white pants, green numbering with red trim. The traditional Shamrock away team, and I believe they're going to be led on the special teams by a couple dangerous return men for the Barnesville Shamrocks. Number 6, Evan Carpenter, but of course you have to look out for number 26, Trey Tolliver. Not only their leading rusher, but he is all the way back there ready to receive the opening kickoff of tonight's Division 5 Region 19 regional semifinal matchup at Wheelersburg's Ed Miller Stadium.
So kicking off tonight for the Wheelersburg Pirates is number 80, Cooper Heimbach. Cooper has hit 3 field goals this year, over 50 yards, and oftentimes will kick it into the end zone for a touchback. We'll see if he goes for that right here. That ball is away. It is deep, straight down the middle, and it'll be into the end zone for a touchback. The Barnesville Shamrocks will take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. For the Shamrocks on offense, we'll start with the, we already mentioned the linemen, Mac Cassiopo, Braxton Byers, Christian Hannes, Dillian Lucas, and Gavin Morris will be up front. Cole Francis under center as the quarterback. Then we have several receivers, including Phoenix Graham, Joel Detling at wide receivers, and Logan Craker at tight end. At the running back is Trey Tolliver, and the fullback will be Kobe Jones. And right now we're starting with Francis in the shotgun, handing it off to Tolliver. He gets about 10, 15 yards. He's hard to bring down, and that picks up a first down for the Barnesville Shamrocks on the first carry. 15 yards on the carry by Trey Tolliver.
I believe there is some laundry on the field. We're going to get a look. Yep, there is one on the sideline. It looks like it's going to be a sideline warning on Wheelersburg based off of the officials' initial responses, because that's very close to the sideline.
Not a lot of room there on the sideline between the grandstand and the playing field. But the referee making it known early. He's not going to get put up with getting tripped up on the sideline.
Yeah, and that is a great first run for Barnesville from Trey Tolliver. Of course, if you're the leading rusher, then there's a pretty good chance you're going to get that ball, and he's doing a fantastic job carrying the ball and a good job getting through that front line. Looks like Wheelersburg only having 3 down linemen and pretty easy to get holes with that offensive line of the Shamrocks.
So once again, we got Francis in the shotgun formation. Kobe Jones to his left. Francis is going to keep that one up the middle. Picks up about 4 yards, bringing up second down and 6. Quickly, we'll go ahead and give you those defensive starters for the Wheelersburg Pirates. Defensive end is Isom Emnett. At nose tackle, Ryan Meeker. And at defensive end, Landon McGraw. At linebacker, we have Brady Doss, Luke Coons, Hunter Henderson, and Elijah Brown. And in the secondary, Jay King. We talked about him already. His first start tonight. Hunter Bivens, Bryson Montavon, and Kenyon Evans back deep in the safety position for the Pirates.
Yeah, and this Pirates defense is a bit tough. They're known to get some turnovers, and if Barnesville's going to keep running the ball, as we just saw there, run up the middle by Trey Tolliver, it's going to be tough for the Shamrocks to continue running that ball because Wheelersburg's got a tough defense.
So that time, Francis goes under center for the Shamrocks. Kobe Jones in as the fullback, and they give it to the second back through, which was Tolliver. Picked up about 3 more yards. That brings up 3rd and 3 for the Shamrocks.
Yep, 3rd and 3. We're going to see if Barnesville decides to keep running that football, if they're going to do their first pass of the game. Looks like Barnesville's going to run under center.
Francis under center. Kobe Jones, and they pitch it right to Tolliver. Tolliver gets a good hole, cuts it up, and picks up a first down for the Shamrocks. A little pitch to the right that time, and again, a good hole.
That's a good decision from the offensive coordinator and coaching staff from Barnesville, because when you're pounding the ball up the middle like that, and then you hit them with a pitch like that, you're expecting run up the middle, so you're filling up that box, and then you decide to go outside that box, and an easy first down for the Shamrocks.
Francis under center again as Barnesville approaches the line. You got one receiver wide to the left here. A little bit motion in the background. This time we pitch it to the left side to Tolliver. Tolliver's got a lot of blocking.
Good blocking.
And gets that one out for another first down for the Shamrocks. That goes down across the 42-yard line, close to the Wheelersburg 40-yard line. So you can hear the PA announcer in the background, I'm sure. He just announced 1st and 10 for Barnesville at the 41-yard line. Shamrocks moving the ball, taking the opening kickoff, and now already working about 2.5 minutes off the clock as we have 9:25 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Shamrock offense, looking really good with that push up front, not having to throw the ball yet, which could be a potential issue for the Shamrocks. They're going to continue that look from under center. Francis
again hands it off. Tolliver on the left side this time. Looked like a little bit of a counter play. Picks up about maybe 2 to 3 yards. Looks like 3 yards, bring up 2nd and 7 for the Shamrocks.
Tolliver did a good job finding that open hole. When he first broke through there, it looked like he was going to be stuffed at the line, but he bounced right outside, right off of his guard, and did a good job getting a couple yards.
Now we have looks like an official's timeout here. And they remove a player from the field. Looks like an equipment problem. That's Logan Craker, the tight end. And they'll bring in number 6, Evan Carpenter will take his place. Joel Detling wide to the right. Kobe Jones in the backfield. Hines Ford goes in motion. They pitch it to Tolliver again to the right side. He's trying to bounce outside, and Wheelersburg does a good job that time of coming up and stringing that play out. Kenyon Evans ended up making the tackle eventually.
Yeah, the Barnesville Shamrocks, I think, going to the well a bit too many times. There's been a lot of pitches in quick succession from the Shamrocks, and Wheelersburg able to sniff that one out.
So what they need to do now then is fake the pitch, maybe
try and get some play action going, or maybe even try a quick pass RPO option from the shotgun.
Shamrocks break the huddle. Francis is going under center once again. He's got Kobe Jones behind him and Tolliver behind him in the I formation.
Big third down.
Hines Ford goes in motion, and we're going to pass. Our first pass of the game is complete to Ford. Ford takes it out to near the first down marker. Depends on where this spot is. It's going to be just short of the 30-yard line, and it looks like it might be a first down.
Officials are going to take a look at this, but he was tackled darn close to that 31-yard line.
Yeah, the sideline official on this side is saying it's fourth down, and he is short.
Looks like he's spotted at the 32.
So about 1 yard to go from the 32. He's got to get to the 31 for a first down. And Barnesville is keeping the offense on the field. Looks like they're maybe bringing in a jumbo formation.
Yeah, I don't hate this call going for it. You're definitely in four-down territory. I mean, that ball is at the 32-yard line, and you're bringing in the big boys for this run.
The Tigers fill the box, and Tulliver tries to dive across the right side, and he gets the ball knocked loose, but the Barnesville Shamrocks look like they recovered the fumble, and that looks like the number 24, Logan Craker, recovered that fumble, and that will put them very near the first down where they recovered that at.
They're going to measure that ball. I mean, Trey Tolliver looked like he was stuffed, took a pretty big hit coming at that line of scrimmage, but then that ball popped out, and pretty much a good thing for the Shamrocks because he was able to, a Shamrock player was able to jump on that. I mean, it is close to that line of scrimmage and line to gain on fourth down, and they're going to come out for a measurement. I mean, that's going to be close, John.
So get your credit card out to run down the pole, between the pole and the ball, I guess, and we'll see how close that is.
Looks like it's going to be really close, but I think they have it.
It is a Barnesville first down.
That's a gutsy call from the Shamrocks to do a run up the middle on fourth and short, and Wheelersburg did a good job defending that, but as weird as it is to say, a fumble benefiting the offense, giving them that extra yard and a first down, Shamrocks.
As long as you recover that, you're in good shape. So the Tiger faithful still very noisy here for their defense. Barnesville breaks the huddle, comes to the line of scrimmage. 6:57 to go here in the opening quarter of play. Barnesville took the opening house kickoff, and they're driving there in shotgun formation. Kobe Jones in the backfield. And this time, Francis is going to keep it, and he's going to be dropped for a loss of about 3 yards, maybe 2 yards on a loss. And the Tigers sniffed that one out right away.
Yeah, quarterback run option. It would have been nice to see a potential pitch from the Shamrocks, but it looks like they had that, those two offensive players were pretty close to each other, so even if you got a pitch off, I mean, you're probably 2 yards apart.
Right. And if you're gonna run an option, you got to have some spacing there, or a pitch, you got to have a little bit of spacing. But Francis, like I said, they had some motion there and tried to get Francis to the left side, and it did not work. Francis under center again now, I formation. This time we're going to go pass, play action. Francis is under pressure, and he just gets sacked, and that is number 1, Brady Doss, the linebacker for the Tigers, able to get some penetration. And Francis did not throw the ball at his first look. He pump faked it, and then he got in trouble as Doss came in there and gets the sack. That's going to bring up third and about 23 yards.
Yeah, his first couple of reads were right in the eyes of the linebacker, and he was able to basically get through that line, and that's a big loss for the Shamrocks as they now have third and I believe 21 or
23.
Something third and forever. So
yeah,
it's back to where they were a couple plays ago.
Third and Circleville, if you will. Francis once again back to pass. He's scrambling. He's going back even farther, looking for some space. Now he's going to chuck it up. Throws it really deep. He's got a man wide open. And the catch is made. It looks like, is that number 12?
I think that's Trey Tolliver.
Number 26, Trey Tolliver, gets downfield. And nope, now we're saying 16. Jack Anderson with that catch. Want to get out to the right person. Jack Anderson got loose down the sideline, down the right sideline. Francis was scrambling in the backfield, trying to get loose, and he was able to he threw a heck of a pass on the run.
Yeah, what I noticed on that play, the quarterback, Francis, he ran around, started off coming back towards us, towards the press box, went to the other side of the field, and they had their own players lined up pretty close to the,
Here we go, Tulliver in the backfield. We got a stack eye, and he takes that one across the goal line for a Barnesville touchdown. Trey Tulliver with the touchdown behind that stack eye of Barnesville. So Barnesville makes it 6-0 here with 5:04 to go in the first half as we get ready for our extra point.
Looks like there's a flag on the play, but it looks like they're pointing in the way of Wheelersburg. I saw the official point down to what could have been a potential
hit below the waist
from Wheelersburg. But it looks like it pointed in Wheelersburg way. The head official, the umpire, talking to Coach Allen of Barnesville to get that. Looks like that's exactly what they're going to call hit below the waist. Illegal block on Wheelersburg. So that's going to bring in the kicker, number 21, Luis Garcia.
Luis Garcia, a foreign exchange student, I think we've heard from Spain, comes on the kick. He was making them from 40 yards in warm-ups tonight. And this one is up and good. Makes the score Barnesville 7, and the Tigers have yet to take the ball. 5:04 to go. We're going to take a break here on WBNV 93.5.
That time of year again, football season is upon us. Hey, Mark Kelly here with Bicon Services, wishing all our local teams a great and successful year. As your premier commercial building contractor, Bicon Services is ready to tackle everything from small facility renovations to large industrial expansions. We're here to handle all your commercial and industrial needs under one roof. So while you're out there scoring the winning touchdown, let us work on making your next commercial project a success. Bicon Services, building the future one project at a time.
So you call your virtual insurance company to ask a simple question about your policy, but now you're on hold listening to this music while you wait and wait. Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and pick up the phone when you call, because you shouldn't be on hold so long that you memorize the music. That's simple human sense.
Call Schaefer Insurance today at 740-439-2737. We won't leave you on hold.
Welcome back to Wheelersburg Ed Miller Stadium, where the Barnesville Shamrocks have just taken a 7-0 lead over the Wheelersburg Tigers. And the touchdown was a Trey Tulliver 2-yard run out of the stack I formation. But the key play was a long pass play on 3rd and 23. And Brett, you said you saw kind of a bunch formation, and then Tulliver kind of slip out of that.
Yeah, when Francis was scrambling, he had a handful of wide receivers for Barnesville. They were all bunched on that, that same sideline that the play happened. And then, that wide receiver, he just managed to get that breakout. We said it was number 16, Jack Anderson. I mean, yep. Anderson, he was a part of that group, and then he got behind the safety and just backed his way up. And the second I saw that in my head, I'm thinking Francis is going to launch it. And that's exactly what he did. And looks like Barnesville's taking this penalty on the kickoff, by the way, kicking off from the
45-yard line of the Tigers. So Garcia is going to kick it off. We have two Tigers back there. Looks like Brayson Longfellow is one of them, but that one goes into the end zone for a touchback. And so Wheelersburg will take over 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line.
Hey, first offensive possession for the Wheelersburg Pirates. We're going to see what they can do offensively compared to Barnesville's defense. So
let's set that line up for them. The tight end is Brady Doss. We just saw him with a sack a minute ago. The line is Hunter Lawson, Caleb Shepard, Ryan Meeker, Ison Eminent, and Alex Ritchie. And then the quarterback is Braylon Rucker. He'll be joined in the backfield by a halfback, Elijah Brown, who has a lot of running yards. And looks like they had like a full wing tee going here. 3 receivers now spread to the right. Rucker's going to take that shotgun snap. He's going to get a quick screen pass out to number 1. That's Brady Doss. And Doss picks up maybe 3 or 4 yards on that little bubble screen.
Yeah, not a bad start for the Pirates offense. Obviously coming off of a Barnesville Shamrock score, you kind of have to feel out that defense, because right now Barnesville definitely playing with some momentum on their side, and it could benefit them defensively as well. So not a bad pass play to start the drive. I'm curious to see if they're going to, try and pound the run as Barnesville did, because not many pass plays for the Shamrocks on that first drive.
But just 2, right? I think 2 for first downs. Rucker again in shotgun formation. Again, another bubble screen, this time to the left side. That's number 12, Xavier Miller, and he gets stopped, maybe a yard gain. Barnesville Shamrocks in. Looks like Kobe Jones in on the tackle. Jack Anderson maybe in on the tackle. He's having a good game already for the Shamrocks. That brings up 3rd and about 4.
Yeah, Shamrocks doing a great job on the pursuit. Once that screenplay happened, Wheelersburg not able to get very far down the field before Barnesville started to sniff that out and get all over it.
So 2 screen passes now. This time a little razzle-dazzle misdirection. They try to get it to Kenyon Evans, and he is tripped up by Hines Ford in the background. Leading tackle in Shamrock history, adds another one to his total, which brings up 4th and about 5 yards for Wheelersburg, and they send on the punt team.
A quick offensive set for the Wheelersburg Pirates. 2 screen plays, and then that run play, a great shoestring tackle by Hines Ford. Otherwise, he would have had a couple yards close to the first down. So I believe Ford does go back. No, excuse me, that's number 2 for. That's Joel Detling.
Joel Detling deep, and of course Cooper Heimbeck is the punter for the Tigers, and as we said earlier, he's a heck of a kicker and obviously a heck of a punter as well. And Detling takes the fair catch. Shamrocks will take over about the 29-yard line. So it'll be interesting now. The Shamrocks have pretty much dominated time of possession so far, 3 and out for Wheelersburg. If Barnesville puts together another long drive, they'll certainly be in control of this football game.
Yeah, and if you're Barnesville, that's what you kind of want to get ahead early because, as we mentioned, Wheelersburg deferring. So they will be getting the second half kickoff. And, we're almost at the end of this first quarter, and this is just the third possession overall. Second possession for the Shamrocks, and obviously Wheelersburg a quick 3 and out.
So the Shamrocks break the huddle from the sideline. They come over. Ball's between the 29 and 30-yard line, called 29.5-yard line. Francis in the actually that's Evan Wells, number 3, taking the Wildcat snap. He likes to run the ball when he gets it, and he gets the snap and takes it up the middle. And stop on the play by the referees. Flags on the play.
We're going to take a look at the umpire to see what he wants to call. Looks like he's going to get a false start on the Shamrocks. That's going to back him up.
So the Shamrocks are not starting the second drive well. They did have Evan Wells in at quarterback for that shotgun. And now they bring Francis back in as they take it 1st and 15 now. It's about the 24-yard line. Francis goes under center. I formation. Trey Tulliver deep. The fullback is Kobe Jones.
Not something you see often, the fullback wearing a guardian cap, which I'm a big fan of, keeping the players safe, but obviously something to catch your attention.
Gives that one to Tulliver up the middle, and the Tigers are pushing them back. So Tulliver maybe a yard on that play, maybe 2 yards. Brandon McCall on the tackle, according to the PA announcer. So Shamrocks are looking at 2nd and 13.
Looks like Wheelersburg is going to be having those 2 safeties back playing the sticks because right now what you don't want to give up is a big pass play. You want to keep Barnesville on the ground because, they have a long way to go in 2 plays, so we're going to see what they do.
A little bit of a sweep that time, jet sweep to Evan. Evan Wells takes that one around the end. Doesn't get much, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up 3rd and long. And it looks like the Wheelersburg Pirates have made a little bit of an adjustment, bringing another linebacker up near the line of scrimmage as they try to jam up the middle there and keep the Shamrocks from running.
Yeah, number 28, Gabe Vaughters is playing that line of scrimmage a bit closer compared to what he was earlier. And obviously you have Brady Doss along with number 6, Landon McGraw. They're all playing that box pretty closely along with their defensive tackles and ends.
And Hunter Henderson, number 27. They get a shotgun snap this time. Slings it sidearm, and that one is tipped away by Wheelersburg. Jay King, in his first start, he just broke up that pass play. And to bring up a 4th down for the Shamrocks, forcing them to punt it away here with 1:35 to go in the first quarter.
A great defensive play by the sophomore, again, one of his first games as they have Stephen Hall, I believe, number 22, out this week. So, a great defensive play. That's what you want to see from your young guys to make something like that happen. And looks like Barnesville's going to end up punting it away.
Cole Francis back to do the punting duties for the Shamrocks, the quarterback doing double duty. He takes a snap and gets that one away. Pretty good looking punt and backs up Evans. He takes it at about the 33-yard line and is brought down. That's number 23, Knox Mankin on the tackle for the Shamrocks.
Yeah, only a 5-yard punt return. And, there were a couple of people who came in here beforehand and they said, on Wheelersburg special teams, they got a couple of special players who can, be really dangerous. And Barnesville doing a good job covering that one up. And especially with the space that return man was given, I think Barnesville did the best that they could on that.
Did a pretty good job. Rutgers in shotgun formation, 3 receivers. So right now, one goes in motion. They're going to hand it off. And that's a big gainer there for number 26. That's Elijah Brown, and he is going to be just short of a 1st down. Picks up about 9 yards on that carry. Wheelersburg runs a lot of little misdirection. Like he started out on the right-hand side and crossed to the left. And it looks like they're doing a little bit of trap blocking up front, trying to catch the Barnesville Shamrocks over pursuing.
Yeah, they're trying to get that perfect gap, as they get the Barnesville Shamrocks hopefully confused in what they're doing. And so far, that's been the biggest play of the Wheelersburg Pirates drives so far. Only their fourth or fifth play, I believe.
That's correct. Rucker in shotgun once again. And this time he gives it again to Elijah Brown. And he's stopped in the backfield this time by Hines Ford, who, again, as we mentioned already, he makes a lot of tackles for the Shamrocks.
Absolutely he does. And Wheelersburg here, the Pirates do not have to run a play. There's 30 seconds on the play clock, and we are at 20 seconds on the game clock. So it does not look like they're going to look to take a play or take a snap here as we approach the end of this first quarter. And, not much action, but feels like a lot of action.
Barnesville Shamrocks with a really nice drive, time-consuming drive, gives them a 7-0 lead as we head to our break here at the end of the first quarter.
Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and sometimes we need a helping hand. At Life Support Therapy Services, your well-being is our priority. Our experienced therapists offer compassionate support tailored to your unique needs. Schedule your confidential in-person or telehealth session today by calling 740-487-1768 or by visiting our website at lifesupporttherapyservices.com.
Campbell Plumley Milburn Funeral Home, proudly family-owned and operated. We serve our community with care, compassion, and dedication every day. We offer thoughtful pre-planning services with convenient monthly payment options, making it easier to plan ahead with peace of mind. We also accept all pre-need transfers from other funeral homes. Trust our family to care for yours when it matters most. Congratulations to the Shamrocks on an outstanding season, and best of luck in the playoffs.
Welcome back once again to Ed Miller Stadium in Wheelersburg as we begin the second quarter of play. Barnesville Shamrocks lead this one 7-0 on a Trey Tulliver touchdown. Shamrocks at 3rd and 2, about midfield. Shotgun snap to Rucker. He's going to keep it, and he's going to be able to pick up that first down. Tulliver does drag him down, but not before he gets about 4 yards and the Wheelersburg first down. That's the first down for Wheelersburg of the game.
Yeah, and a big piece of that play was the Pirates doing a good job with a little bit of misdirection. Hines Ford going after the running back on that play, and it allowed the quarterback to kind of sneak out there and get the yardage he needed for a Wheelersburg Pirate first down.
Rucker did a good job on that read option and pulling it out from the running back's gut and taking it himself for the first down. This time he's in shotgun formation. Elijah Brown to his left. He's going to throw it out here, and he completes that pass to Hunter Bivens, and he picks up about 7 yards where he's been brought down. Tulliver again on the tackle for the Shamrocks.
Second down and 3 for the Pirates. Ball spotted at Barnesville, 42-yard line.
The offensive production for the Pirates looking really good. They're able to get a handful of yards per run, and then success in the passing game now. It might be a chance for Wheelersburg to kind of open up their offense and get a little more comfortable against Barnesville.
Doing a little bit of those short passes, which are just kind of extended handoffs, and this time, again, the read option, and again, Rucker keeps that one, takes it for about 2 yards, still a little bit short of the first down, and that'll bring up 3rd down and about a yard for the first.
I like watching, there's a matchup going on right now between Kenyon Evans and Cole Francis. I watched at the end of that play, both of them ended up taking each other to the ground, and you look at, one of the players, and he's kind of shaking it off like, I'm built for this, and I'm all about that, and it's going to be curious to see that matchup throughout the game. As
Barnesville does have a pretty good wrestling program. I don't know, does Cole Francis wrestle?
I'm not sure.
Maybe he ought to then, huh? Rucker again in shotgun. Elijah Brown beside him in the backfield. This time they give it to Brown up the middle, and he picks up the first down plus some, and a nice gainer up the middle. Looks like Logan Craker on the tackle for the Shamrocks.
Yeah, first down moving the sticks, but the officials give him the signal to keep that clock moving because although it was a first down, it was a run. So as soon as that ball is placed, they're able to wind that clock as we are just now under 10 minutes here in the second quarter. As I mentioned, Wheelersburg really starting to open up their offense, kind of hitting them with different looks, and Barnesville not really having the best response to what the Pirates were throwing at them.
Shotgun formation. Rucker claps his hands and gets the ball. This time he throws it down the middle looking for...
That's number
looking
one,
for Brady Doss, the tight end, and off his hands, good coverage there. 2 Shamrocks looks like Jack Anderson there on the coverage for the Shamrocks.
Yeah, and that ball went through the hands of two different players. It was bobbled by Doss, and then it went through the hands of Anderson. And, I'm not sure if you were able to hear it on the broadcast, but an audible gasp from the homestands here as that ball was almost intercepted. And it looks like the Shamrocks having a player step off the field, number 52.
Gavin Morris limps off the field. He gets replaced. He starts on the offense as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. This time of carry is Elijah Brown up the middle again. That's Stephen Hall on the carry for the Tigers. Stephen Hall.
Pirates this possession having a much easier time just finding one hole up the middle and just kind of utilizing that to give themselves 5 or 6 yards every play.
So Hall has been in the backfield the last couple of plays, giving Brown a blow, and having some success with the running game himself. Rutgers got backs to both sides and Hall behind him. Now everybody shifts to the left side. Hall's in the pistol formation. Rucker takes it, hands it off to Hall. Hall on the left side gets through one tackler's hands and then gets drugged down. Looks like Cody Jones on that tackle, along with Hines Ford in there.
Looks like that's enough for
another first down for the Tigers as they continue to move the ball. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line now as they're into Barnesville territory.
What Wheelersburg is doing a lot of is they get into their pre-snap formation and then they make, pretty much
shifts.
Yeah, a lot of players at the same time, almost like they're changing the play, but they know beforehand what that play is going to be. They're just trying to throw the Shamrocks off.
Rucker takes the shotgun, fakes the handoff, and now he scrambles to the left side into the corner of the end zone for a Wellsburg, a touchdown.
Yeah, Wheelersburg,
that little read option is working well for the Tigers. Rucker's been able to read that well, and that time read that he had an opening into the end zone and able to take it in there. Looks like he's limping a little bit, but celebrating more than limping, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like the Wheelersburg Pirates are going to run a little bit of...
They got a little swinging gate action going on here. 3 players to the right, and they actually ran a play on that, and the receiver is wide open in the end zone. And that is number 27, Hunter Henderson. Looks like he might have slipped onto the field as they were changing and was completely uncovered by the Barnesville Shamrocks.
Yeah, first lead for the Pirates as they take an 8-7 advantage over the Shamrocks. And as you mentioned on that 2-point conversion, a lot of the times you see teams doing that. They typically just motion back to a field goal formation. This time, a ball to a wide open receiver in the corner. So a lead for the Pirates.
So Brady Doss with that pass for the extra point conversion. We'll take a quick break here. It's 8-7 Pirates over the Shamrocks.
Looking for an incredible deal on a new Ford, Lincoln, or Nissan? Come check out our vastly growing inventory selection and ask us about all the low APR options that are going on right now at Dutro Ford, Lincoln, Nissan.
If a new vehicle isn't in the budget, let us show you a pre-owned alternative that is sure to fit all your needs without breaking the bank. We know with the running from work to practice or games doesn't leave much time for car shopping, so view our full inventory online 24/7 at DutrosAuto.com.
Best of luck to all the coaches and players this year. Have a safe and successful season from all of us at Dutro Ford Lincoln Nissan.
Welcome back to Wheelersburg, where the Pirates just took an 8-7 lead. Quarterback Rucker takes that one in on a little read option, took it in the end zone from about 20 yards out for the touchdown, and then the Pirates converted on a little sneaky swinging gate extra point pass to Henderson from Doss. Now the kickoff, and this one's an onside kick, and it looks like it's recovered by the kicker, Heimbeck. He just kicked that one, just topped it a little bit, and once the ball went 10 yards, the Pirates jumped on it. They recovered, and it's 1st and 10 for the Pirates as they recovered the onside kick at the Barnesville 45-yard line.
Yeah, we were told beforehand, number 80, the place kicker, Cooper Heimbeck, he was, one heck of a kicker for Wheelersburg. They said he's hit 3 field goals over 50 yards. So you're expecting to just get a boot from the kicker and quick little top, just like a little Pat McAfee action against the Texans, and that ball just going right back to the Pirates, and now they have it at the 47-yard line.
47, so it actually went 13 yards before the Pirates recovered it. They did a good job of kind of blocking and keeping Shamrocks away from the ball as Heimbeck went over and recovered that. Rucker in shotgun formation. May have Brown in the backfield with him. This time he's back looking to pass it. He's going to go deep. He's got a man not open as Henderson is there in the cover for the Shamrocks. That's Jack Anderson. Jack Anderson had a hand on that ball but couldn't quite pull it in. But stops the clock. 8:10 to go here in the second quarter. Pirates with the 8-7 lead. And after recovering the onside kick, they get the ball back, and they're going to start taking back some of that time of possession that Barnesville had from the first drive of the game.
Yeah, and Wheelersburg kind of taking the
momentum as well, right?
Let's see what we can do on that deep pass play, and just a little bit overthrown, but it looks like the quarterback has the most success when he has that ball in his hands and doing a couple options.
Again, the read option, pulls it out of the gut of Brown and takes it himself. Rucker picks up about maybe 3 yards, 4 yards. Make it second and about 6 or 7.
I hate that so much, John Charlton. You have no idea.
Rucker back in the shotgun formation. Players looking at the sideline. We got Evans on this side being covered by Cole Francis. Slot formation on the right side. And referee stops play. We got something going on here.
Checking to see what they're trying to figure out here.
Not sure what it was. They corrected it, and now we're back in action. Rucker shotgun, claps his hands. Ball comes back. This time they give it to Doss on a little jet sweep. He picks up maybe a yard. That'll make it fourth down and about 6 yards to go.
Yeah, and if you're Wheelersburg, if you have that momentum, I think you just go for it here because you've had a lot of success running that ball. And if you can get the ball into the hands of Braylon Rucker, use that read option and kind of trick the defense into going somewhere different.
This time Rucker was looking to pass. He's dancing, finds the receiver, throws that one a little short. It's caught by 12, and they say it was a catch. And that's Xavier Miller. He'll have enough for the first down. And Blake Allen certainly thinks that ball bounced. The Shamrock coach is pounding the turf and yelling at the officials that, hey, that ball bounced. But this time they hand it off to Hall up the middle. Nope, I'm sorry, that's Elijah Brown. Hall coming into the game now. Brown picks up about 3 yards on first down, makes it 2nd and 3. And the Wheelersburg Pirates going with some up-tempo now. They're not huddling, going right to the line of scrimmage as they try to exhaust Barnesville, whose defense has now been on the field for quite a bit. Hall takes that carry, gets turned around backwards and stopped at the line of scrimmage. Looks like Tulliver was in on that tackle.
Made by number 24, Logan Cracker.
And Cracker as well for the Shamrocks. Have not seen number 52 Morris come back into the game on defense for the Shamrocks.
No, you got to wonder, what's going on with him, how he's doing.
He does play both ways, and it's possible they want to save him and just use him on offense now. They have 4 big guys in there for the Shamrocks. Rucker again, shotgun formation. He fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, getting some pressure by Jones, passes away, and looks like it's complete. And that's Miller again. Xavier Miller with another catch. And that one's going to be just a little bit short of the first down. Brings up 4th and less than 1 yard for the first down.
Bring up 4th down in inches for the Pirates. Ball spotted at the Barnesville 24-yard line.
Pirates have it at the Barnesville 24-yard line. This is about where they scored the touchdown last time. It was 3rd and 23. Here we have 4th and 1. But about the 24-yard line. So look to see what the Pirates do. Had a lot of success with that kind of that read option play. Rucker is in the backfield, takes the snap, hands it off straight ahead. Looks like Brown up the middle. And he picks up the first down and more as he gets it to about the 16-yard line.
Yeah, Wheelersburg doing a great job just constantly pounding that, inside zone option, and Barnesville not having a good answer for it. They've gotten yards and first downs pretty easily this drive.
If you're not sure which guy's going to get the ball, it's hard to do it. And that time, fake the handoff to Elijah Brown, and Rucker keeps that one and gets it down inside the 5-yard line. and that'll be another first down for Wheelersburg. Make it first and goal at about the 5-yard line. And again, the Pirates go right to the line of scrimmage again, trying to keep that pace going and keep the tired Barnesville Shamrocks on the field.
Yeah, Shamrocks no answer defensively for Wheelersburg's run game. And, that's a big part with Braylon Rucker being able to keep the ball as well as he has.
Rucker takes a snap. This time he pulls it out and throws the pass to Miller. Miller takes it into the corner of the end zone, and they're going to mark him out of bounds at about the 1-yard line. So got kind of pushed out of bounds there. Looks like Hines Ford again on the tackle, pushing him out of bounds, keeping him short.
Hey, most you can do if you're Hines Ford is keep adding to that number.
That's right.
A fantastic play right there, and that was a darn close call because from our vantage point, I mean, he looked like he was in, but obviously you have officials right there at that line to make that call.
Just had his foot on the sideline at about the 1-yard line, so it brings up second and goal at the 1. And this time, Rucker's going to go under center. 2 backs behind him in the backfield. And he's going to turn around and give it to the second one through, and that is in. It looks like Shaw for the touchdown for the Pirates.
Yeah, Barnesville's defense, especially that front seven, not having any push up front. Wheelersburg having their way with them on that drive and coming away with 6 for the Pirates with a PAT or 2-point little trickery pending.
So it looks like the officials are here. It looks like there's some pushing and shoving going on now, and officials trying to back away the Wheelersburg players and walking a couple over to the sideline is separating the two teams here from whatever action is going on. Heimbeck's on the field and getting ready to take the extra point.
It looks like they're going to get
some laundry on the field.
Yeah, I believe they're going to. Looks like the umpire's talking to Barnesville's Coach Allen there, and I think they're going to try and talk to him because I believe one of the officials over here is pointing to number 12 for Wheelersburg. That's Xavier Miller. It looked like he was signaling to him like, hey, you got to get off the field there, back it up.
Yeah.
And I believe that's going to be a penalty against Wheelersburg maybe, but we're going to get the call here in a second.
The penalty was unsportsmanlike against the Pirates. It'll be assessed on the kickoff.
And it's going to be exactly that, unsportsmanlike on Wheelersburg, and they're going to take that on the kickoff. So,
and here they are with this swinging gate again.
We got little different of a look.
A little different approach, spread out across the field. We got 3 over here on the left side with a back behind them. Doss behind the center, and
looks like they're going to go
3
with
to
the
the
kick
right.
this
Now
time.
they all kind of come back into the middle, and Heimbeck gets ready for the extra point kick.
See, that's what I was expecting last time.
Exactly. Well, they didn't leave a guy open this time. Snaps down, holds good, and Heimbeck kicks that one over the net and makes the score 15-7 in favor of Wheelersburg. We'll take a break and be right back here on WBNV 93.5.
For 129 years, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance has proudly provided coverage for homes, farms, and families across Ohio. Our commitment to reliable, affordable insurance is something you can count on. Agents who write for us can be found at patronsbuckeye.com. Whether you're protecting your home, your land, or your legacy, we offer personalized service and true hometown care. Trust a neighbor. Trust experience. Trust Patrons Buckeye Mutual. Visit us at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell or find us on Facebook. Coverage that cares. Close to home.
High school football
From AVC Sports.
on WBNV, Barnesville, Woodsfield.
93 BNV.
Welcome back to Ed Miller Stadium here in Wheelersburg, where the Pirates of Wheelersburg just took a 15-7 lead. Onside kick following their previous touchdown and able to keep the Barnesville Shamrocks on their heels as they drove it down the field for a second score and kicked the extra point. Heimbeck penalty on the touchdown assessed on the kickoff. So
I think here Wheelersburg definitely going to look for a more traditional kickoff as they have that ball at their 25-yard line.
25-yard line. Heimbeck, see how far he can really kick it. If he can get it into the end zone from there, a 75-yard kick would be impressive. But here he is, ready to kick it off for the Pirates. Gets his leg into that one and drives Tulliver back to the 10-yard line. 65 yards on that kickoff. Tulliver bringing it up right up the middle of the field. Gets it out across the 35, close to the 40-yard line. Probably be first and 10 at about the 37-yard line for the Barnesville Shamrocks.
We're sitting just under 4 minutes to go in this half, and this first half has gone pretty quick, John.
Both teams running the ball quite a bit, runs the clock, and we saw Barnesville took that opening drive and ran about 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes off the clock, and then ever since then, the Pirates have pretty much had the ball as they scored the touchdown, got the onside kick, and went down and scored again. So they've had the ball for quite a while.
Yeah, following the opening touchdown drive by the Shamrocks, Wheelersburg coming back and having 15 unanswered, as both teams have all timeouts, and Barnesville getting ready for another drive here, starting from their own 37.
Francis in the backfield, hands it off to Tulliver. He'll try to take it around the left side. Gets it across the 40-yard line. That's a lot of hard running by Tulliver as he gets by a couple of the Pirate defenders.
And that's, Tulliver's MO is, putting his head down and making sure that if he's not putting, all of him into you, then he's probably going around you. So a good hard run from Tulliver to, give the Shamrocks about 4 yards on that play, bringing up about 2nd and 6.
Luke Combs on the tackle for the Berg. And Shamrocks will take it just at the 41-yard line. Double checking with quarterback Coles. A lot of people in the backfield. Coles takes the shotgun snap. This time he pulls it out from Tulliver's gut, and he takes it himself, gets close to the first down. And that was actually Evan Wells in the backfield running the Wildcat, as Barnesville Shamrocks like to do. They bring Wells in, and he's a little bit quicker maybe than what Cole Francis is, and they like to run a little Wildcat action with him in there.
Yeah, and they're, Barnesville's definitely not going to tell you whether or not they're running or passing, but you can get a pretty darn good idea about what they're doing, because this is one heck of a run-heavy team, as we see snap from under center with a full backfield.
Francis gives the second guy through. That's Tulliver. Tulliver pushes his way through and gets a second surge, picks up about 6 yards and a first down for the Barnesville Shamrocks. 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Coons again on the tackle for the Pirates.
Yeah, and this is the Barnesville that we saw in the first drive, having a lot of success running the ball and getting a good push up front. A little bit different on the preceding drive where they ended up punting the ball, but good turnaround following that pretty poor drive from the Shamrocks to now get a couple first down and now on Wheelersburg's side of the field.
In the second drive, they had a couple penalties and it really kind of put them back. They had to throw it on third down, gets broken up. This time, able to run the ball. Now we got a little trick play as Wells, I think, took the snap. That was Francis took the snap and he pitched it to Evan Wells. He was looking to throw the ball, but the Pirates sniffed that one out, and Hunter Henderson on the tackle there for the Pirates. That'll bring up 2nd and about 20 for the Shamrocks.
Yeah, I like the play concept on that one. It was a pitch to somebody who's been running the ball, but he's also very capable of throwing that football, but that wide receiver pretty covered up by Wheelersburg. So good defense there by the Pirates, and now a 2nd and long situation for Barnesville coming up as we're under a minute and a half to go until halftime.
1:22 on the clock. Francis goes under center, I formation, fakes it to Tulliver, and it's a little screen play to him. And again, Henderson reads that one right away and makes the tackle. As soon as that ball's caught by Tulliver, Henderson makes the tackle. And actually a loss of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 21. So Wheelersburg takes the timeout. They want to conserve the time on the clock that is actually still running.
Yeah, that clock should have been stopped about 20 seconds ago. So they're going to have to make an adjustment to this clock. And
it's still running. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that clock stopped with over a minute left. When they first stopped it, there was a minute and 7, I believe. So now it's less than 30 seconds.
And they finally got it stopped here. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a change. I've noticed that clock has been jumping a couple of times. And, wow, that wasn't in terms with the song going on.
No.
I've noticed that it would start and stop and it would skip a second.
Yeah.
So, I've been keeping my eye on it so far. And, okay, there's 8 seconds left.
It's still going. It's like, yeah, it is skipping. It goes like 8-6. And now we go down to 1:09 on the clock. So I guess they've reset the clock to 1:09.
Yeah, 2 timeouts left for the Pirates.
Or is that a timeout clock we are looking at? I think that's a timeout clock.
Well, I don't know, because
I've never seen that in football before.
those clocks were pretty darn close with 9 seconds difference.
Yeah, that's true.
And a good time on stopping the clock to get a 3rd and long for Barnesville.
Francis takes the shotgun snap, rolls to his left, now back to his right. A lot of pressure there, and he is tripped up and brought down by Dotz. And that'll be about a 25-yard loss. He is tackled inside his own 20-yard line. He just couldn't get away. He's at the 11-yard line with 54 seconds, 53 seconds. And again, we got a timeout.
Maybe it is a timeout clock, John. I don't know.
It's still running. So we do a timeout on the field as the Pirates take a second timeout, and they want to get the ball back with some time on the clock with a chance to extend their lead a little bit more.
Yeah, this 4th down play, just to give the listeners a view of how long this 4th down play is. This ball is at the 16-yard line, and it needs to get to the 38-yard line of Wheelersburg, which is just a couple yards.
Just a few, yep.
If Barnesville gets a first down, they'll probably end back in Belmont County with the distance in between the sticks and the yard to gain. So
4th and 48 on the scoreboard. You just don't see that every day. Although I can tell you that one time in my junior high playing career, we had a 2nd and 60 and converted it for a touchdown. So
how do you even get 60, John?
A couple penalties in there. you get a couple 15-yard penalties and an offsides and a holding, and next thing you know, it's 2nd and 60.
Well, Barnesville Shamrocks with what I believe is 1 minute and 1 second left with a 4th and 48, and I believe the smart option here is to kick this ball away because you go for it and you're giving Wheelersburg the green light to score before half.
Cole Francis back to punt. We got 1 minute and 1 second left. He kicks that one left, and it looks like it's going to go out of bounds right about the 45-yard line, 46-yard line. Oh, they're going to officially do it here. Man, that's not where it went out. Oh man. So that one's they're marking that at the 42-yard line. I think that's a little shorter than maybe where the ball hit and bounced out of bounds, but officials doing their mechanics and then marking it at the 42-yard line of Barnesville. So with 55.9 seconds to go, the Pirates have a chance maybe to get a score. And, they have a field goal kicker that's made 50-yarders, so he's only about maybe 5 or 6 yards from being in field goal range.
Yeah, the officials, I've been watching this just amazed. Trying to get a ball swapped out, and it took them way longer than I expected. But as you mentioned, Wheelersburg in a great position to just get a little bit of yardage, put their kicker in comfortable position. If they want to try and kick a field goal and go up, 11 points going into halftime with getting the ball back, they have put themselves in a fantastic position to do so.
Whistles blow and stop that play.
Looks like it's before the snap.
Pre-snap penalty movement on the Pirates. So that makes it a little tougher. But we've heard that Heimbeck has kicked 50-yarders 3 times, 50 yards. So he needs to get to about the 35-yard line with the 7-yard drop for the hold. Typically, you figure you got to be within 17 yards of that with the end zone. Rucker takes the shotgun snap. He's looking downfield, checks it down short to Evans. Evans makes a couple defenders miss, gets it down to the 30-yard line, and that'll be a Pirate first down. And we can see where Evans has some explosiveness. Clock stops for the first down and then restarts once it's set. Pirates on the ball. If they need to stop the clock, they can. They have 1 timeout left. Rucker's going to take shotgun once again. He's looking to pass again, gets it away quick, this time to the sideline. Caught by Hunter Bivens. Bivens takes it out of bounds and stops the clock with 32.8 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, this quick tempo for Wheelersburg really giving Barnesville some fits because they're used to having that tempo offense and Wheelersburg running the ball. But now that, you're at that time-pressing situation, Wheelersburg is throwing the ball, and they're doing a good job hitting their out routes, both of them going close to the sidelines, and Wheelersburg doing a great job with Kenyon Evans. He made a good job making some defenders miss to get some extra yards.
That time they fake the pass. We have flags to stop the play. See what we have on the call.
Yeah, and one thing I noticed, number 52 for Barnesville, he's still on that sideline. I see him getting checked at. He's at the 45-yard line, all the way across the field from us, but he's on that bench, so we're going to see if he will return in the second half.
Maybe. Yep. So we have the movement penalty on the Pirates, illegal motion. pushes the ball back to the 30-yard line. I think they're still within field goal range at this point of Cooper Heimbeck. They'd like to get a little closer, if not get a touchdown. Rucker is in the shotgun formation. Gets motion to the right. Now he looks to the right, tries to throw it in the pressure, and that ball is intercepted by, is that Evan Wells, number 3?
Gosh, they're so far away, but it does look like number 3 for Barnesville.
Evan Wells with the interception. That stops the Pirates' drive and gives the Shamrocks the ball back with 22.7 seconds.
And that's a drive killer for Wheelersburg because you're getting closer and closer to field goal position. You know, you like your chances to go up a handful of points going into halftime, and then your quarterback just kind of sails one a tiny bit too far. You know, we've seen some good balls placed by that quarterback, but in this instance, a little bit further than he would have liked and right into the hands of Barnesville. So
3 receivers on the right side trying to flood that zone over there, and Wells does a great job of stepping in front of the receiver and picking that pass off, returning it for a few yards. Looks like the Shamrocks are going to try to take a shot themselves now. Cole Francis in shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right. Try to throw a little up route to Jake Anderson and Jack Anderson, and he gets hit immediately and the ball pops loose.
That's number 8, Bryson Montavon.
That's a big hit.
You want to talk about a big hit. I mean, that ball, you know, it's one of those concepts where you think it's going to go to that in route going in, but that sailed over his head into a wheel
route, yep.
From, you know, I believe it was Tolliver, the intended receiver, but nonetheless, I mean, that big hit, I mean, he gets the crown of his helmet right where that ball is being placed and knocks it loose. He's unable to hold on, so an incomplete pass for Barnesville.
Francis again, this time they do a swing pass to Tolliver. He gets it up the sideline, dances past the first down marker, and let's see where they mark him out of bounds. I guess they mark him out about 4 yards short, 12.6 seconds. Brings up third and about 4 to go.
Yeah, a couple yards short of the first down marker, but a good gain for Barnesville there is, you know, they did just a quick pass and Tolliver able to make a good
play
gain
reminds
out of it.
me of the little screen pass that the Buckeyes threw to Trayvon Henderson last year in the playoffs. Was that against Texas?
Yeah, that
late
was
in the first half.
Right before the half.
Yeah, and they threw it, and he kind of broke it big. And, I mean, it looked like Tolliver had a chance to break this one big and just kind of tiptoe up the sideline, but couldn't stay in bounds.
Wheelersburg corners showing off some pretty effective speed here.
Francis takes a shotgun. He's got plenty of time. Pirates only rushing 3. Now he's going to sling back to his left. He's getting pressure, dances around somebody, 2.8 seconds, and he's just trying to run the clock out at this point, and he does. Looks like Francis is going to be brought down at the end of the half. So we go to the locker rooms here at Ed Miller Stadium with the Wheelersburg Pirates 15 and the Barnesville Shamrocks 7. We'll take a break and come back and share some halftime thoughts and stats with you after these messages.
WVU Medicine Barnesville Hospital provides a variety of inpatient and outpatient care close to home. Experience top-tier healthcare and cutting-edge technology in a place where you are more than just a patient, your family. State-of-the-art facilities and a dedicated team of doctors and nurses are committed to providing exceptional care tailored to your needs. All of the skilled professionals use the latest technology to ensure you receive the best care possible. WVU Medicine Barnesville would like to wish good luck to the Barnesville Shamrocks.
School's back. For some, things may feel overwhelming. Allwell is here to help you find a healthy balance. Our behavioral health services can keep your mind on track, while our primary care services can keep your body healthy. Our mission is to help people feel better, think more clearly, make good decisions, and have healthy relationships. We have offices in Zanesville, Coshocton, New Lexington, McConnellsville, Caldwell, and now on Wheeling Avenue in Cambridge. Visit us at allwell.org. Be well, stay well, all well.
We know parenting is a full-time job, and it can be easy to get caught up in everyday life. The Ohio Children's Trust Fund and our partners are here for you because we all need a little help sometimes. We can connect you with essential resources in your community. Everything from parenting support to ideas for self-care. For the love of your family, visit octf.ohio.gov/love to find the support you need.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. Named Best Sports Program in the Country by the National Association of State Radio Networks. Tonight in High School Football is presented by Beck's Hybrids. Now here's your host, Skip Mossick.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tonight in High School Football's Halftime Report. Well, next week is an important one for Ohio high school athletics as the emergency vote will take place for the future of NIL for high school athletes here in the state. We will talk about it with OHSAA Commissioner Doug Ute next on the Ohio News Network.
Every day, farmers rise before the sun and put everything they have into a job so few can do. Their courage, resilience, and relentless work shape the legacies and future of our country. At Beck's, we're proud to stand alongside those who don't wait to see what the world will do. They act, they lead, they are the difference. Beck's honors your commitment to your land, family, and purpose. And while we can't predict what the future holds, there is one thing we can do to change it, and that's be the difference. Right now, in every decision, and every season.
Friday night Under the Lights reminds us teamwork, dedication, and community start in our schools. I'm Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wenson, and on behalf of the OEA's 120,000 members, we are proud to sponsor tonight's game and even prouder to support our public schools. Whether it's touchdowns or textbooks, success starts with a strong foundation. From the classroom to the end zone, we believe in every student's potential because in Ohio, public education matters.
Poorly imitated, never duplicated. This is ONN's Tonight in High School Football. Once again, here's Skip Mossick.
Welcome back, everyone. Halftime of your game. Well, next week is a very important one in regards to member schools beginning their vote for the emergency NIL bylaw. We are joined for a few minutes by Doug Ute, Commissioner of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. And Doug, I know we won't know until we know, but have you gotten a sense from speaking to what I'm sure has been a number of member schools, how you think this vote might go next week?
Yeah, I mean, Skip, I tell people I liken it to my 20 years as a school superintendent here in renewal levies. Everybody says, you need to relax, it's going to pass. But until it does, you don't know. And I will tell you, I feel very comfortable with the association educating our member schools and administrators on what NIL is in high school and what it isn't, at the high school level. And so they can make an educated decision. And, I think the general feel is, I don't like it, but we should shape the language. And that's kind of been our message. It's not about whether you think a high schooler should be able to profit on their, name, image, or likeness. It's about whether or not who shapes the language. And it should come from our membership. And we think we've developed some language that protects the amateurism of high school sports and put some guardrails up that some, corrupt things don't happen. We already have recruiting and transfer rules that are already in place. I think with the money, that's where some folks fear as a collectives. They've watched the NCAA, and we're trying to guard against some of those things. And so I do think that our membership is educated and I do think it'll pass.
Doug, it might sound like a strange question, but do you have to remind schools to vote, and what happens if some don't?
Well, they're required to in our association. We're a principal-driven association, so our member school principals are in charge that, our bylaws are followed at their schools, and they are the voting member. And they have a responsibility to vote. And so it's a little bit different than, a general election out in the public where, a week or so ago, and, I chose to get up early and go vote, but some others may not have. We don't have a choice here. You have to vote in our association. And so, we don't look for a bunch of people not voting.
Well, Doug, let's get into the football playoffs here a little bit. Here we are in Week 13. Have things gone as well as people would have liked, especially with the team reduction from 16 to 12 in each region?
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't really, we received feedback, but not a whole lot at this point. But, some of the schools that got a bye have reached out and said, I don't like the bye. Those things. We don't like taking opportunities away from kids. And, we always mention, here that it's the only sport that not everybody gets in, and others, some would say that the scores are lopsided early, and those scores were lopsided early last week, round 2.
Sure.
There were some 56-3s and things like that, and it's just sports. We have lopsided scores in tennis matches and basketball games, so I don't really worry about those, the scores. It's all about the opportunity, and it may be, Skip, it may be just one team advances that wouldn't ordinarily get in, and, that's enough for me, so. But we did go back to 12, and we'll continue to evaluate and listen to our membership and see where that takes us.
Well, Doug, last thing, just 3 weeks away from the state finals in football, but I know there have been other state championships the past few weeks. You've been doing this for a long time. How rewarding is it for you, to see the kids and the coaches when you hand out those state title trophies?
Oh man, I tell you, it's so rewarding, but it's also. You learn a lot more from the teams that lose than you do the ones that win. Everybody's happy when you win. But I can tell you, Skip, I've been so proud of our student athletes and their coaches, the administrators on the teams that are disappointed that they got to the title game or the Final Four or something that way. And, watching how they handle themselves. I'll give you an example. Menor in volleyball, a really good team. They lost in the state finals, and watching their girls interact with each other afterwards, it's almost like don't be sad it's over, be happy that the experience happened, type of thing, and we're seeing a lot of that, and that's education-based athletics, and so yeah, but it's it's fun to be there. It's fun to look in the eyes of kids and the excitement. But it's really fun to see what they do for their communities because they provide that bit of excitement for communities that they'll talk about for years, that state experience. And so that's the neat thing about it.
That is Doug Ute, Commissioner of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Doug, we always appreciate your time. We'll see you up in Canton in a couple of weeks, okay?
All right, Skip, always appreciate what you and the folks do that you work with to promote high school athletics, so we appreciate you.
And we'll be back on the Ohio News Network.
Hey, football fans, it's November in Ohio, and you know what that means. It's time to face that state up north in a battle to claim forgotten funds. Join us in the statewide challenge and visit com.ohio.gov/radio to help support Ohio's takedown of Michigan. The state with the most searches wins. Who knows? Unclaimed funds could help you buy a seat to the big game next year. Claim your money today at com.ohio.gov/radio.
This is ONN.
All right, thanks again to OHSAA Commissioner Doug Ute for joining us tonight. Enjoy the second half of your ball game. I'm Skip Mossick on the Ohio News Network.
This has been the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football, presented by Beck's Hybrids from the Ohio News Network.
High school football
From AVC Sports
on WBNV, Barnesville, Woodsfield.
93 BNV.
Welcome back to high school playoff football action. We're here in Wheelersburg at Ed Miller Stadium. I'm John Charlton along with Brett Klein. The Wheelersburg Pirates hold a 15-7 lead over the Barnesville Shamrocks. Shamrocks took their opening kickoff, drove it down the field, about an 8-minute drive, got a touchdown as Tulliver took it in from the 2-yard line, but it was a long pass completion from Cole Francis to Jack Anderson that set up that touchdown on a third and very long, and Francis made a nice play scrambling to his right and letting it go on the run and hitting a wide open Anderson for the long pass down to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, that's been about the only luck that Barnesville has had, going on the run with their quarterback because he's trying to go, end to end with his scrambling, and Wheelersburg doing a really good job within, after that drive to contain Francis and not let him get out of the pocket. A couple big sacks in that second quarter.
And we saw that late in the second quarter, Francis scrambling and actually took a 25-yard loss on a sack. He's trying to get away and get open to throw the ball, and the Pirates doing a good job of kind of keeping him within the constraints of the hash marks, in the pocket, if you will, even though it's way back behind the line of scrimmage, and he's unable to get free and suffered a couple sacks there and late in the second quarter.
Yeah, Francis definitely needs to be, a bit more mindful of what's going on because, at this stage, the stakes are definitely high, and if you're scrambling like that, you're just asking for trouble. You can make an errant throw because you don't know where all the defenders are.
Sure.
So that's, asking for a big sack, an interception, a fumble if somebody hits you from behind.
Right.
So he needs to be a little bit more mindful, and if he gets outside of that pocket and knows he's not going to have anything, think maybe I should just throw it away.
Get it out of bounds,
right.
out of bounds. But do you think, too, maybe, at that point in the quarter, I know the Shamrocks were trying to hit a long pass. They had only a few seconds left trying to get a big score. But I also feel like, if the Shamrocks come out, hit a couple slants or maybe that swing pass to Tulliver, which they had some success with, that you get those quick passes, then Francis isn't going to be in trouble as much.
Yeah, I think you have to get Francis in a mode to where he's more comfortable because unfortunately you're going to be put into a situation where you are passing it a lot more than you would like to. This Wheelersburg defense doing a great job stopping the run. They've had a couple tackles behind the line of scrimmage for loss, and especially, I highlight that second drive that Barnesville had in the first quarter.
Yep, 3 and out.
Yeah, they had a 5-yard penalty, but the most they gained on that drive was 5 yards, and they did have an incomplete pass thrown in there, but the run game is Barnesville's strength, and Wheelersburg is doing what they can to make it to where Barnesville has to pass the ball. And if they can continue doing that, it puts Wheelersburg in a great position to get the ball back and put more points up on the board. Only up 8 points here.
Wheelersburg, though, did a good job. They responded after getting the 3 and out from Barnesville, took it down the field, got a score as Rucker took it in on about a 23-yard run, and then they get the 2-point conversion, kind of on a trick play, a swinging gate. Henderson was wide open. Doss was able to lob a pass to him. No one even saw him for Barnesville. Kind of like he snuck on in the field from the sideline during the celebration. I don't know how, I don't want to call it a dirty play, but it was a little bit sneaky, if nothing else. But kudos to the Pirates for able to pick up that 2-point conversion. And then they kicked the onside kick and recover it at the 47-yard line and were able to take it down and score again. And that time it was, I think, Shaw that took it in for the touchdown, or Shaw or Brown, one of the two running backs that they've been running in there, takes it in for the second touchdown, kicked the extra point that time, as Heimbeck, who we've heard as being a very good kicker, and we've seen that in his punting game. And
making plays more than just the field goal and punt game.
Yes.
As we talked about, recovering that onside kick, and 15 unanswered from the Pirates following
and a lot because of their special teams play.
And doing a fantastic job, as you mentioned, them getting that second touchdown off of the onside kick recovery. And, when you can pin the Shamrocks back in their own territory with good punting, then, it makes it tough for those teams to constantly have, 60, 70, 80-yard drives constantly. So, right now, Wheelersburg is working the game of trying to wear out the Shamrocks slowly but surely.
And running with that no-huddle kind of up-tempo offense where they're, they say in the NFL they call it the pace. They try to go at pace. They're moving the ball, basically not letting Barnesville get players subbed off the field, and therefore kind of tiring them out as they move the offense down the field.
Yeah, if the quarterback, Braylon Rucker, with the ball in his hands, whether it's an option play, because his passing has been not terrible, but it's, there's definitely room for some better throws, and they've probably dealt with this all season. But the strength for Wheelersburg is when he has that option to give it to the running back, or, not let the Shamrocks know right off the bat where that ball's going, because Rucker can run it pretty well. He's a quick quarterback, and he's able to make defenders miss. That's how he got his first touchdown. And then you throw in, is the quarterback going to run it? Are they going to give it to one of their running backs? We've barely had to call Kenyon Evans' name, a wide receiver that they told us to be on the lookout for. And, the one reception I believe that he had in the first half, he broke a tackle, made a couple guys miss, and got a big gain.
So the Pirates were going to take the ball to open the second half. They won the toss and deferred to the second half. So they're going to start the third quarter with the ball. And clearly Barnesville is going to have to get a stop. They don't want to give up any more points to the Wheelersburg Pirates.
No, if you're Barnesville, you want to come out in the second half and you want to get the Pirates off of that field as quick as possible. You want to give your offense a chance to, showcase what they've adjusted going through this halftime break, as I'm sure Coach Allen is talking to him right now, saying, offensively, here's what's not working. Defensively, here's what's not working. Here's what we got to change. I mean, that's what halftime's for.
Right.
You make your adjustments, and you're able to talk to your team, in a situation where you're not surrounded by, the other team, fans, you name it. But we're going to see what Barnesville does in the second half to see if they can get off the field quickly, so that way they can give their offense a chance to hopefully tie this game in the third quarter.
One thing we did note in the second quarter, Gavin Morris, number 52 for the Barnesville Shamrocks, limped off the field from his defensive position. He also starts on the offensive line. We have not seen him back in the game. He limped to the locker room at halftime.
It did not look like he was.
Didn't look promising. I don't know if he's going to get a tape job and maybe try to come back on it or not. If it looks like it might be your last game, you might want to try to play. I mean, I know I would if I were in his shoes. He is a senior, 6'2", 280-pound senior, Gavin Morrison. We'll keep an eye and see if he gets back into the game here. Before we go to break, we do want to thank all our sponsors who help bring this broadcast to you, starting with Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Abel's Electric Heating and AC, Allwell Behavioral Health Services, Ohio Children's Trust Fund, Campbell Plumley Milburn Funeral Home, WVU Medicine Barnesville Hospital, Life Support Therapy Services, Doan Ford Village Hardware and Rental, West 40 Auto Sales, Bicon Services, Dutro Ford Lincoln Nissan, Schaefer Insurance, and Smithburger Realty. We want to thank all of them for making this broadcast possible. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here with second half action here on WBNV 93.5.
At Village Hardware and Rental in Barnesville, we've got everything you need for homeowner, contractor, and commercial jobs. From trusted Milwaukee tools and everyday hardware to pro-grade Valspar paint, trusted color you can count on. Plus, we offer paint mixing, key cutting, special orders, and commercial services too. And now, introducing our officially open firearms and ammo department. Fully stocked, trusted, and convenient. Whether you're working, improving, or protecting, Village Hardware and Rental is your one-stop shop. Drop by at 265 South Chestnut Street, Barnesville. Village Hardware and Rental. We make it easy to build the world around you. Power meets performance at Dillon Ford with this 2017 Ford F-250 Lariat Crew Cab. Featuring the legendary 6.7-liter Power Stroke diesel engine and only 64,000 miles, this truck is built to work hard and play harder. With its Lariat luxury interior and impressive towing power, you'll conquer every job in comfort and style. Don't miss your chance to own a truck that's as tough as you are. Stop by Dillon Ford today and test drive this incredible F-250 before it's gone.
Honestly, we've all been there. That place where it's past anxiety, past focus, where even reaching out to your closest friend feels too hard. I'm Crystal Reynolds with Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. We understand how fast those feelings can take over, especially with the stress of work, family, and life. That's why we've opened a mental health urgent care clinic in Cambridge, Ohio, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. No appointment needed. Just walk in. Come in today. Feel better today. Call us, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Mental Health Urgent Care.
Hi, this is Melissa Smithberger. Are you looking to sell or buy real estate? Smithberger Realty is a part of our nation's largest traditional and auction real estate company. We can provide you with national marketing with local expertise. Come visit our offices in Clarington or Barnesville.
Smithberger Realty is an affiliate of United Country Real Estate.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of a guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
If you're having any problems with your heating system, you want someone who will be there right away to help. This is Russ Abels. At Abels, we provide emergency service for any brand of heating cooling system 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call us. We promise to get you up and running quickly and professionally. And if you ever need a replacement, we'll help you save energy and money with a new high-efficiency system. And we will do a flawless installation. If you need help with your heating, call Abels.
It's that time of year again. Football season is upon us. Hey, Mark Kelly here with Bicon Services, wishing all our local teams a great and successful year. As your premier commercial building contractor, Bicon Services is ready to tackle everything from small facility renovations to large industrial expansions. We're here to handle all your commercial and industrial needs under one roof. So while you're out there scoring the winning touchdown, let us work on making your next commercial project a success. Bicon Services, building the future one project at a time.
So you call your virtual insurance company to ask a simple question about your policy, but now you're on hold listening to this music while you wait and wait. Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and pick up the phone when you call, because you shouldn't be on hold so long that you memorize the music. That's simple human sense.
Call Schaefer Insurance today at 740-439-2737. We won't leave you on hold.
Welcome back to Ed Miller Stadium here in Wheelersburg. I'm John Charlton along with Brett Klein, and we're bringing you the Division 5 Region 19 regional semifinal. Barnesville Shamrocks trail the Wheelersburg Pirates 7-15 right now. Wheelersburg will get the ball to start the second half. At the end of the game, we are giving away 2 awards. The Player of the Game from Dairy Queen to a Barnesville player, and the Power Lineman of the Game from Guernsey Muskingum Electric Co-op, again to a Barnesville lineman. And speaking of Barnesville linemen, we've been watching Gavin Morris come out of the locker room, number 52, for the Shamrocks. He left the game in the second quarter with a bad ankle. He's still kind of hobbling around, does have some heavy tape, and he's trying to run up the sideline right now and try to work that ankle out, it looks like. So maybe he'll get back in the action. I know as a senior, he surely would want to get back on the field, and we'll see what happens with the trainer and the coaches in that decision.
Yeah, mentally, I know that's just killing him not to be out in the field with his teammates and football family out there. But man, he is struggling to try and get anything going. He is hobbling pretty bad right now. He is able to be on his own. He can walk on his own, which is a good sign. But if he wants to be able to play in a game like this, I mean, he's going to need to get a lot more. And now it's just
can you push off, and that's to block anybody? That's the question. So as we got about 10 seconds to go here before the second half kickoff, Barnesville Shamrocks will be kicking off to the Pirates, and we said in order for the Shamrocks to have a chance in this game, they almost need to get a stop on this first drive and get the ball back, keep the Pirates especially from getting any points to start this second half.
Yeah, Barnesville needs to get something going defensively, because within that second quarter, Wheelersburg pretty much controlled the line of scrimmage, able to get easy 5-6 yards every run, giving them different looks, and when they pass it, you have a couple here and there that, although they're short, you're just able to make defenders miss and get a good little gain on the play. So if you're Barnesville, I mean, obviously it needs to be getting better push up front from your defensive line to get some type of stop before the runner or whoever's carrying the ball gets about halfway to the first down marker. And then for any ball that gets into the hands of a wide receiver, got to be able to make those tackles in the open field.
Luis Garcia is going to kick it off for the Shamrocks, and looks like we're going to have a couple people back deep for the Pirates, including Kenyon Evans, number 2, and as well as Bryson Montagon, number 8. And that's number 12, Xavier Miller, back there as well. As they got 2 players really deep and then 3 a little bit more shallow. Garcia ready to give it a kick as we're ready to go in the second half of action. Garcia gets that one away down the middle, and it's going to bounce into the end zone. We get a touchback as Evans could not pick that one up to try to return it.
No, and he kind of knew that ball had a good chance to roll because it was end over. So he saw that ball hit and just kind of watched it roll into the end zone. So
it was careful. He had to kind of dance around it because it almost bounced into him. If he touches that before it goes into the end zone, then it would be down in the end zone.
Yeah, watching Evans run a little bit, I mean, he's pretty darn elusive. So pretty easy for him to get out of the way of the ball. And Wheelersburg will take over from the 20-yard line. And
1st and 10 for the Pirates.
Second half is underway here.
Rucker is in the shotgun formation. He has a back behind him. Doss goes in motion from the right side to the left side, and that gets a handoff to, looks like, Shaw. Nope, that's Brown. Elijah Brown picks up about 10 yards and the first down for the Pirates.
An outside run for Wheelersburg there. Not something you're used to seeing, as most of them have been inside runs that have benefited the Pirates, and this time around, that outside run getting about 11 yards.
That was a straight handoff that time. No read option on that one as Rucker just handed it straight to Brown, and we got him in the pistol formation again this time. Rucker sends Evans in motion, and they're going to go back again to Brown up the middle, and he is unable to go anywhere. Brought down by Phoenix Graham for the Shamrocks.
Yeah, defensively, Barnesville doing a good job getting that close tackle to the line of scrimmage, about a yard gain there, and Wheelersburg trying to go up that middle again, and a good job closing that gap by the Ville.
2nd and 9. Rucker claps his hands, sends Evans in motion. This time he fakes the handoff and keeps it. Again with that read option. And Wells on the tackle, but a pick of about 8 yards, making it 3rd and 1 for the Pirates. They're at the 41-yard line of their own 41-yard line.
And you can see just how quick it can turn dangerous for Barnesville, as Wheelersburg utilizing that option run, and Braylon Rucker, one heck of a runner so far.
Doss again crosses in front of motion. Barnesville front shifts. And Brown takes it this time. He goes to the left side, the backside, and picks up about 15 yards for another Pirates first down. That time, Brett, I think if you saw it, the Barnesville line shifted to the left.
And almost got a tackle for a loss there, but he was just kind of behind him already.
He kind of came back to the Barnesville right, and where they shifted away from where he ran to. That's kind of a smart decision on his part, because I think the play was designed to go where the Barnesville line shifted.
Yeah, smart play by the Pirates for a first down.
Rucker again takes a snap. This time it's Shaw. Shaw goes up the middle, and he picks up about 7 yards, maybe 8 yards on the carry. And again, the Pirates going with pace here. They're not huddling up, and they're going right to the line of scrimmage and looking to the sideline for the play as it gets signaled in. Keeping the Shamrocks from making any kind of substitutions.
And, of course, the Pirates having plenty of time on that play clock, just now approaching 20 seconds. So trying to go a little bit fast, but, slowing down and realizing, hey, we're controlling that line of scrimmage right now. We don't have to rush things quite yet.
Rucker in the shotgun. Shaw beside him to the left. Handoff goes. Does not go. Rucker pulls it out and keeps it. And that time he is spun down by Hines Ford. And it looks like Dylan Lucas in there on the tackle as well for the Shamrocks. And he does get enough, though, for the first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Rucker takes it. This time the swing pass to Doss. Doss takes it up to the 30-yard line, picks up about 2 yards.
Stop made by number 11, Phoenix Graham.
So Phoenix Graham in on that tackle, as well as Christian Hannes.
Yeah, one of the first passes we've seen from Wheelersburg in this, their first drive, and it's what we saw in the very first opening drive.
They just throw they're the swing passes, and they're basically handoffs, so just about maybe a 5-6 yard handoff, and that time it was to your tight end Doss, who's a very good athlete for the Pirates.
Yeah, short gain, so we're going to see what Wheelersburg does to change that moving forward.
Brown gets the handoff in the backfield, does a little bit of a jitterbug move there, and takes it left side, picks up about 5 more yards, makes it 2nd and 4.
You said that like you were going to say a couple of different numbers. So
I didn't say that.
You indicated towards it.
4
there, John.
4 or 5. I don't know what's wrong with that.
It better not be any more.
Pirates looking to the sideline right now to get their play call in. Brown sets up right of the quarterback Rucker, who's in shotgun formation. He claps, takes the snap, hands it off to Brown. Brown takes up the middle. He's into the secondary, and he's drugged down by Graham, but not before he gets a first down and down inside the 10-yard line. Looks like he's right on the 10-yard line. And he comes off the field, and Shaw goes in for the Pirates as they head right to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, big hole there for the Pirates as they're making it look easy on this drive here now with a first and goal situation from the 10.
You got Bivens far right along with Miller and Evans on the left, wide out. Doss goes in motion, steps up on the left side of the quarterback. That handoff goes to 22 Shaw, straight up the middle, gets it inside the 5-yard line down to about the 3. Shaw had the second touchdown for the Pirates, and looks like he might get another one here.
It looks like they have number 26,
Elijah Brown.
Elijah
Brown comes into the game.
Who has done a lot of the offensive production in the running game. I mean, he's sitting there with 87 carries on the year coming into this game.
They're using both of those running backs pretty effective in subbing them in and out. So Brown in there now, standing behind the shotgun Rucker. He takes it straight up the middle, and is a log jam there as the Barnesville Shamrocks get in there and pushing back maybe for about a yard loss on that play.
Yeah, Shamrocks know there's only one way to go, and it's to that magical goal line about 2 yards away. So really good job stuffing the run there and keeping the Pirates out of the end zone as we approach 3rd and goal from the 2. Led up front by, I believe that's big 77 and 72 for Barnesville.
Yep, 72 is Lucas, and 77 is Braxton Byers. And that's Caden Berry as well. So big guys up front for the Shamrocks.
Both running backs in for.
So they got Shaw and Brown, and Brown takes that one on the left side, follows Shaw into the end zone for a touchdown. And actually, that was Shaw following Brown, wasn't it?
Yeah, because they had that two tailback set. The first one was a blocker.
Yeah.
And that's what you want.
So Brown ended up being the blocker, and Shaw takes it in for the touchdown. And that's my confusion with 2 running backs back there. But again, we got the swinging gate now as the Pirates look for the extra point. Doss is behind the center. We got a receiver wide to the right. That is the kicker, 80, Heimlich. Heimbeck, and he comes in to kick now as the holder is Brandon Longfellow. And they go back to their traditional extra point formation. Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is good as well. Makes the score Pirates 22, Barnesville 7. We have 5:54 to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break and be right back after these messages.
Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and sometimes we need a helping hand. At Life Support Therapy Services, your well-being is our priority. Our experienced therapists offer compassionate support tailored to your unique needs. Schedule your confidential in-person or telehealth session today by calling 740-487-1768 or by visiting our website at lifesupporttherapyservices.com.
Campbell Plumley Milburn Funeral Home, proudly family-owned and operated. We serve our community with care, compassion, and dedication every day. We offer thoughtful pre-planning services with convenient monthly payment options, making it easier to plan ahead with peace of mind. We also accept all pre-need transfers from other funeral homes. Trust our family to care for yours when it matters most. Congratulations to the Shamrocks on an outstanding season, and best of luck in the playoffs.
Welcome back again to Ed Miller Stadium as the Garaway Pirates kick it away after the Stephen Hall touchdown, makes it 22-7. Tulliver takes the kickoff and returns it out across the 25, gets to just short of the 37-yard line. And he's brought down there as the Shamrocks take over with 5:46 to go on the clock. They are down 22-7. And we said that the Shamrocks really need to come out and get a stop to start the second half, and unable to do that as the Pirates take it down the field and get that touchdown. A methodical drive, if you will, picking up a lot of yards on the run, throwing a couple swing passes, but 6, 7, maybe a couple bursts up to 10 yards, and able to eat some clock and take it down.
Yeah, that's not the start that Barnesville wanted defensively, but now they have a chance to make a change here on offense as they look to get back in the scoring column after a scoreless second.
Francis goes under center that time, hands it off to Tulliver. He brings it out across the 30-yard line, makes it about 2nd and 7.
Second down and 7 for Barnesville. Ball spotted on their own 31-yard line.
And Wheelersburg doing a good job burning some clock here after that first drive as we are approaching 5 minutes left in the third quarter already. It's been a quick game, John.
It has been, and Garraway, Wheelersburg coming out, and they like to, they go right to the line of scrimmage on offense and keep you from subbing, but then they don't really call the play until the clock runs out a little bit. So they are working the clock despite a no-huddle offense.
Yeah, wrong Pirates there, John, but
you hit wrong Pirates.
Now we're back to Wheelersburg, and
Tulliver,
Trey Tolliver with a great run here.
They're going to call him out of bounds, but Tulliver takes a little touch pass from Francis as he goes in motion, able to take it around the left corner up the Barnesville sideline. Does pick up a first down, but they say he stopped out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. But still good enough for a Barnesville Shamrock first down.
Yeah, and when you have someone like Trey Tolliver who does a great job leading your team in rushing with over 3,200 yards on the season, and just over 3,200 yards in his career. Yeah, that'd be one heck of a season if it was in a season. But
really, that's only 2 seasons. He's a sophomore running back, so probably 1,600 yards each season. I mean, that's pretty good yards.
Yeah, and that was a good, powerful run from Tolliver there, and we're going to see if they continue to utilize him here as Barnesville continues their drive.
Francis takes that one, keeps it himself, puts his foot down and cuts it up. Again, a wrong number that time. It's Evan Wells, the Wildcat quarterback, able to take that snap and picks up maybe 2 yards on that first down, maybe 1 yard on that carry.
Yeah, I believe Tulliver was on the sideline that play. They bring him back in, and I believe they're taking Kobe Jones back to the sideline to catch a quick break.
So it seems like Wheelersburg is able to figure out that anytime that Evan Wells is in the backfield at quarterback, he's probably going to run the ball, and they've kind of taken away that Wildcat look for them.
Yeah, they've done a good job with getting pressure in the backfield, as you mentioned, whenever he is in at quarterback. So we'll see what they can continue doing.
Francis that time fakes the handoff and hits a pass. Looks like Ford caught that one. And he's brought down almost immediately, maybe a 2-yard gain, 3-yard gain.
Yeah, he hasn't been too much of a factor on offense. Typically they'll use him in screen pass scenarios or just situations where they're trying to look for their number one receiver, because as much as he is their number one defender, they do look for him a lot in the passing game, and he's done a good job, but held pretty quiet tonight.
3rd and 6. That was one of those quick passes that I talked about. They needed to get Francis to throw, so he's not able to have to avoid pressure. Under center this time, fakes the handoff, screen pass this time. That goes to Kobe Jones. He gets it. Looks like he's out across the 49-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, they're going to make it close, but I think they're going to give that to him as we're waiting to see the officials. Yep, looks like the
first down. The referee says Kobe Jones catch and run for the first down.
And I believe he did step out, because right now I'm not getting anything from the umpire to start winding that clock after a first down. So a good first down there to keep that drive alive, and Barnesville's offense slowly chipping away at the yardage to go to get into the end zone.
And I think that's good that the Shamrocks have decided to come out and stay with what they do well. They run the ball well. They're not trying to get a big chunk play with a pass. Just running the ball and as much as they can. This time they give it to Tulliver, who comes from the kind of the wing position over to the middle, or grab the ball and takes it up the middle, picks up about 4 yards, makes it 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Tulliver kind of in that slot receiver position. He motions in, and as he's motioning in, they snap the ball, and he's able to catch that ball in stride for the handoff and pushes ahead for just a couple of yards. Looks about halfway in between the original yard marker and the line to gain. So a good offensive play call so far in this drive from the Shamrocks, trying to get as much as they can, and they need to score quick because they're down
in the Wildcat again.
Positions.
We got Nichols wide this side. Wells keeps it. Evan Wells gets the loose. He breaks a tackle. He's down the sideline into the 20.
He's gone.
Across the 10, and he gets drugged down from behind. Does he get into the end zone? No, they call him down at the 1 yard line. So Evan Wells in the Wildcat, that works that time. We just talked about how that wasn't working, but he took it kind of to the left, kind of to the weak side, if you will, and able to break a couple tackles and then take it all the way down to the 1 yard line.
Yeah, Wheelersburg sent a lot of pressure to the strong side of the field, and it gave Wells the chance to take that ball, and nobody was really there as he broke through the left side of his offensive line there. Wide open hole, and now the Shamrocks knocking on the door of the touchdown. Big set in.
To go with the stack eye, give it to Tulliver. He's in easily for the Shamrock touchdown.
I don't know if you know this there, John, but they run quarterback, fullback,
they run
fullback,
the stack eye. So you got
yeah.
you got 3 people, which is a kind of a play out of Rich Goodrich's playbook. If you remember the old Cambridge coach when he was coaching, and they'd run that. They kind of dot the eye with another back, and it gives you 2 blockers with some momentum going in and make the handoff to the third guy throw.
Yeah, and they run that set a lot whenever they get within that 5 yard marker for the Shamrocks. So a good touchdown there.
So the snap's kind of slow. Luis Garcia's kick is blocked by the Wheelersburg Pirates, and it keeps the score at 22-13, a 9-point lead for the Pirates with 2:11 to go in the third quarter. We're going to take a break and be right back with the more third quarter action.
Looking for an incredible deal on a new Ford, Lincoln, or Nissan? Come check out our vastly growing inventory selection and ask us about all the low APR options that are going on right now at Dutro Ford, Lincoln, Nissan.
If a new vehicle isn't in the budget, let us show you a pre-owned alternative that is sure to fit all your needs without breaking the bank. We know with the running from work to practice or games doesn't leave much time for car shopping, so view our full inventory online 24/7 at dutrosauto.com.
Best of luck to all the coaches and players this year. Have a safe and successful season from all of us at Dutro Ford, Lincoln, Nissan.
Welcome back to Ed Miller Stadium in Wheelersburg. The Barnesville Shamrocks just score a touchdown, cut the lead to 22-13. It's still a 2-point game as the Pirates were able to block the extra point kick by Luis Garcia.
Yeah, a bit slow off of the snap. It was Garcia, and as we just talked about, that makes it a 2-possession game still, so work needs to be done from the Barnesville Shamrock defense in order to make this game any more competitive, but a good job getting the ball down the field before the quarter ends with 2:11 to go, putting pressure on Wheelersburg to have a response on offense.
A lot of time left in this game if the Shamrocks can get a stop on defense, which they have not been able to do in the last 3 or 4 possessions. They got to get a stop here. I guess they had the interception before the half, so they did get a stop there. But they're going to need to get a stop here and get a score. Garcia approaches, he gets the kick. He squibs it to the right, bounces off the hands, and then picked up by Bryson Montavin. He is tackled by Jake Hannis, who stops him just short of the 40-yard line, 35-yard line. Where are they going? Short of the 40-yard line at the 37-yard line. So the Pirates take over there. 1st and 10, 2:09 to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was the kick that the Shamrocks wanted, because it gives Barnesville some favorable field position, only about 12 yards away from Barnesville territory.
Handoff again goes to Brown. Elijah Brown runs around the left side, does some stutter stepping, and is able to pick up about 2 yards, maybe 3 yards. Ford on the tackle for the Shamrocks. Again, the Pirates staying with that pace, go right to the line of scrimmage, keep the Shamrocks on their toes. Rucker in shotgun formation. Elijah Brown to the left. And we got flags on the play, and it looks like illegal motion. Nope, they're going to call encroachment on the defense. So the Shamrocks in that neutral zone, and that'll give 5 yards to the Pirates.
Costly penalty there for the Shamrocks as you take a 2nd and long, and now it's a 2nd and very short. So just a little bit of a mental lackluster decision from the Shamrocks to get into that neutral zone before the ball is snapped, and 2nd and short now for the Pirates.
2nd and 1, Rucker is in the shotgun formation. Brown behind him. Doss goes in motion, sets up on the left side. Shotgun snap this time. Rucker keeps it. He kind of jitterbugs, gets to the sideline, gets out of bounds, gets the first down easily, crosses midfield, and gets down to about the 42-yard line.
Yeah, that was really easy for Wheelersburg, as the second that quarterback got the snap, he knew it was a direct snap that he was going to run with, and really had no problem getting the first down, and then probably an extra 10 yards after that.
Rucker does a good job of kind of reading the defense, finding the hole when he makes decisions on whether to hand it off or keep it. That time it was a straight run, and he was able to find the hole on the left side. Again, they send Doss in motion. Everybody resets. Rucker takes it, hands it off straight ahead to Brown. He gets tied up there and brought down. That's Logan Craker. And gets about 2 or 3 yards as he twists his way forward. And it looks like the Pirates are actually going to huddle this time.
Maybe it looks like they're all looking to the sideline, but what I liked about Barnesville on that play there is they did a good job, blowing up that line of scrimmage, getting there. Of course, the running back got a couple of yards off of that play, but a good tackle from a couple Shamrock defenders to make it 2nd and long.
Stephen Hall into the game now. At the running back position, they throw it. This time they get it to Evans. He comes back across the middle of the field and almost broke that one up the other sideline. They threw it to the right, and he comes back across the left. But Phoenix Graham able to bring him down and stop him for a short gain, brings up about 3rd and 4.
Yeah, I don't think Wheelersburg is going to opt to run a play here, as that play clock is still at 40 seconds. They haven't started it yet, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to take this game to the 4th quarter, John.
So as the time runs out on the end of the 3rd quarter, the Pirates with a 22-13 lead over the Shamrocks, and they are driving. We'll be back here on WBNV 93.5 in just a moment.
For 129 years, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance has proudly provided coverage for homes, farms, and families across Ohio. Our commitment to reliable, affordable insurance is something you can count on. Agents who write for us can be found at patronsbuckeye.com. Whether you're protecting your home, your land, or your legacy, we offer personalized service and true hometown care. Trust a neighbor. Trust experience. Trust Patrons Buckeye Mutual. Visit us at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell or find us on Facebook. Coverage that cares. Close to home.
WVU Medicine Barnesville Hospital provides a variety of inpatient and outpatient care close to home. Experience top-tier healthcare and cutting-edge technology in a place where you are more than just a patient, your family. State-of-the-art facilities and a dedicated team of doctors and nurses are committed to providing exceptional care tailored to your needs. All of the skilled professionals use the latest technology to ensure you receive the best care possible. WVU Medicine Barnesville would like to wish good luck to the Barnesville Shamrocks.
3rd down and 4 for the Pirates.
Welcome back here to Wheelersburg. Barnesville Shamrocks trailing the the Wheelersburg
Other Pirates there, John.
22-13. Wheelersburg is up on the Shamrocks, and the Shamrocks need to stop here. It's 3rd and 4 for the Pirates of the Berg. And they're going to try to get a first down, but the Shamrocks need to get the ball back so they can get back into this game. They're down by 2 scores by 9 points.
A stop is needed, but Wheelersburg offense has been hot in the run game.
Shotgun formation, and handed off this time to Brown, but he is brought down quickly as Hines Ford's there, as well as Tolliver for the tackle for the Shamrocks.
Yeah, and that's exactly the start to the quarter that Barnesville wanted, because now you're putting Wheelersburg in a situation. You're 4th and 5. And you have to figure out, are we going for it? And if you can, how well can that defense hold up 2 plays in a row?
Well, the decision was made quickly to go for it as they stay on the field. And Rucker sends his man in motion. Now they look to the sideline. That's Bivens that went in motion. He resets to the slot. Miller and Bivens on this side. Evans on the far side of the field over on the Shamrock sideline. Definitely going to pass it. Rucker's looking. No one is open. Now he's going to try to scramble. And he gets up the middle, makes a couple guys miss, and dives. Looks like he's across the first down line to gain, and he is, as they signal a first down for the Pirates.
Yeah, they're looking both sides. It looks like they might take a measurement on this. It's definitely a close call. They're looking ahead, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
So the timeout for the measurement. And, he was close on where his knee went down at. I mean, if this was an NFL game, you'd definitely be looking at the instant replay and trying to figure out where the ball went down at.
Yeah, I tried to look over to my left here with the Spectrum broadcast over there, which is the only place you can watch this game is the Spectrum Network. Obviously, us here on YRP TV on YouTube, audio live streaming, which we are permitted to do, and obviously WBNV 93.5 FM. So we're going to see.
So they stretch the chains, and Wheelersburg does indeed get the first down. and at the looks like about the 32-yard line, just barely there. And they tried to pass the ball, and all the pass routes were covered, and Rucker was able to kind of scramble and pick up enough yards, kind of diving forward over a tackle to get the ball ahead for the first down.
Yeah, that's a tough break for the Shamrocks, but unable to stop the Pirates 2 plays in a row with that run. And they did a good job covering up that pass, as you mentioned, but the quarterback, Rucker, just able to make something happen with his legs, as he's been able to pretty much all game, keeping the Wheelersburg drive alive, continuing to go into Barnesville territory.
Rucker takes a shotgun, hands it off to Brown. Brown takes a break up the right sideline, turns on the jets, gets into the end zone for another Wheelersburg touchdown. Shamrocks just unable to catch him.
Looks like there is a flag that's going to go against Wheelersburg, so this touchdown.
Flag on the play. Holding is going to bring that touchdown back.
Yeah, that holding taking place at the 24. So it looks like they're going to be dealt with a 1st and 11. A 1 yard, maybe 2 yard penalty. And I mean, that hold was right on the outside. So obviously the officials right there to see that call. They're making that call. Wheelersburg faithful not the happiest with it because you get a touchdown called back.
Get a touchdown called back, and that would have been Brown's first of the game as Stephen Hall has the other 2 rushing touchdowns. And Rucker has one as well. So first and 12-yard line, 1st and 12 from about the 34. Rucker keeps it on that read option again. Gets down to about the 25-yard line. That'll bring up about 2nd and about 6 maybe.
Yeah, Wheelersburg continuing to rock with what has been working. Barnesville's defense not really having an answer to what the Pirates have been throwing at them, and that's just, quarterback runs, options, runs to the outside, inside. They've had the most success there on the ground, so that's what they're going to keep doing. And
that runs the clock, obviously, as well.
If they keep this up as we're approaching 10 minutes to go in this game, with Barnesville trailing by 9 points, again a 2-possession game following a blocked PAT. A touchdown here would go a long way for the Wheelersburg Pirates.
Stephen Hall in the backfield, he gets the handoff. Goes to the right side, puts his foot down, cuts it back up the middle, and picks up a first down for the Pirates.
Really patient run there for Wheelersburg as he just kind of stood behind his tackle for a second and then decided once he saw that hole, it's time to go.
Now we have Hall and Brown both in the game, I think. Tulliver was on the tackle on that play. Pirates taking their time, getting the play in there as they're starting to huddle now.
Yeah, a lot of not much time on this play clock, dwindling down to 12 seconds as they have to be pretty quick to get a playoff here. But a good job burning clock so far in the last quarter of this game.
Rucker and shotgun. Brown to his right. Hands it off to Brown. Brown breaks it up the middle. And we got another flag on the play. Looks like we get another holding on the Pirates. That's going to push the ball back. That one was at the line of scrimmage. That should make it about 1st and 20.
Yeah, it's close to the line of scrimmage. Obviously, the Pirates getting that play around the 18-yard line, so it's going to push them back behind the sticks. And something you're not seeing often from the Pirate offense is playing behind the sticks.
So 1st and 17 at the 25-yard line. Barnesville desperately trying to get off the field here and get the ball back. 22-13 the score, 9 minutes to go here in the game. Pirates taking their time getting the play in. Signaled from the sideline. Rucker breaks the huddle. Once again in shotgun formation. He has Brown to his right. Miller goes in motion. Rucker fakes the handoff, keeps it, and is brought down by Ford once again, calling his name. That'll bring up 2nd and about 15, maybe 2 yards on that pickup.
Yeah, in case people were wondering, we look at what's going to be happening with either of these two teams. The winner of this game will go on to play the winner of Columbus Academy and Nelsonville York. When we get to the regional final level, that's when the games go to neutral site locations. The OHSAA making that decision around a handful of different sports, which gives schools an additional week to host, which I think is kind of beneficial for the lower seeded teams. But nonetheless, we'll be playing the winner of those two games.
Rucker takes the shotgun, looks to pass the ball. Doesn't find anyone open and scrambles himself, goes out of bounds. It looks like about the 15-yard line. That'll bring up third and about 6. I think I heard at halftime that the Columbus Academy was leading Nelsonville York 7-0. So a potentially future opponent for the winner of this game.
Yeah, we'll be sure to give an update to that game before we get off the air here, whether it's a quarter update or final update. I don't think many games are going as quick as this one.
This one is going pretty fast.
We'll do what we can to get an update to that game. We'll look around, figure out what we can, so that way we can let you guys know where either of these two teams will be playing in the next round.
Rucker under center, both running backs in the game for him. He keeps the ball, turns it upfield, and takes it down inside the 5-yard line. Cole Francis on the tackle. We got flags on the field after the play. Looks like a little shoving going on.
Some extracurricular between two teams that I'm sure aren't overly fond of each other after the past 3 years.
3 or 4 years, yes.
But we're going to see what the head umpire is going to call, see who it's on. Looks like it's going to go against Barnesville. And that's going to put the ball closer to the goal line than it already is.
So personal foul on the Shamrocks, moves the ball half the distance to the goal line. It'll be first and goal at the 2-yard line. So very close for the Pirates.
Yeah, Wheelersburg going to see if they can take an extra step into putting this game away. And, you know, as we're getting closer and closer, this clock winding down, Wheelersburg looking to, you know, start getting things going early.
Rucker under center takes the sneak straight ahead, and he gets into the end zone for another Wheelersburg touchdown. That makes the score 28-13, the extra point yet to come. Wheelersburg fans shaking those milk jugs full of jelly beans or whatever they have in those, making lots of noise here.
They were? I couldn't tell.
Heimbach on for the kick. Nothing fancy this time, straight formation. Snaps good, holds good, and the kick is good, making the score 29-13 in favor of the Pirates. We'll take a break and be right back after these messages.
WVU Medicine Barnesville Hospital provides a variety of inpatient and outpatient care close to home. Experience top-tier healthcare and cutting-edge technology in a place where you are more than just a patient, your family. State-of-the-art facilities and a dedicated team of doctors and nurses are committed to providing exceptional care tailored to your needs. All of the skilled professionals use the latest technology to ensure you receive the best care possible. WVU Medicine Barnesville would like to wish good luck to the Barnesville Shamrocks.
School's back. For some, things may feel overwhelming. All Well is here to help you find a healthy balance. Our behavioral health services can keep your mind on track, while our primary care services can keep your body healthy. Our mission is to help people feel better, think more clearly, make good decisions, and have healthy relationships. We have offices in Zanesville, Coshocton, New Lexington, McConnellsville, Caldwell, and now on Wheeling Avenue in Cambridge. Visit us at allwell.org. Be well, stay well, all well.
Welcome back. We're in the action already. Heimbach's kick goes down to about the 3-yard line where Tulliver takes it, brings it out across the 30 to about the 34-yard line. Wheelersburg just scored again to make the score 29-13 with 7:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. The Barnesville Shamrocks need to get a couple quick scores if they're going to win this game.
Yeah, hey, quick update. This was 14 minutes ago. They are in the fourth quarter of play. Nelsonville York is in front of Columbus Academy by a 10-7 lead. So
the winner of this game plays the winner of that game. So it could be Nelsonville York or the Columbus Academy. 10-7 in favor of Nelsonville York right now. Shamrocks have the ball. Tulliver deep in the backfield. France is under center. Got two receivers to the left. Sends Graham in motion. Goes back to pass. Scrambling. A lot of pressure. Nowhere to go. Again, going back farther. Gets a loose. Sets up. Throws a deep ball. And that one's going to be picked off by Evans for Wheelersburg.
Kenyon Evans, a dangerous player, and just gets lit up at the end of that play there.
He's trying to make a return, and looks like he's trying to get the ball down on the ground, and Barnesville lights him up. But Evans is up and fine, and he was just kind of sitting back playing center field. That pass not able to go as far as it needed to go, as Barnesville receiver was behind the defensive backs.
Yeah, that's a deep throw, for any quarterback, and when you have Barnesville scrambling like that, kind of just running for your life, you're just asking for some kind of trouble. Finally able to get his footing, chucks that ball. I mean, you talk about a full body windup, throws that ball downfield, and unfortunately, Kenyon Evans, who has been pretty quiet this game, is sitting there waiting for his opportunity, and he's not going to drop that. He's going to take that ball, and he returns it about 15, 20 yards to give the Pirates the ball in Barnesville territory at the 40 with just around 7 minutes left to go in the game.
Rucker takes a snap, hands it off to Brown. Elijah Brown takes it for about 8 yards, stays in bounds and keeps that clock running. 6:50 to go in the game. Again, the Pirates taking their time. Stick around as following the game, we're going to try to give out the Barnesville Player of the Game, the Dairy Queen sponsored Player of the Game, and also the Power Lineman of the Game from Guernsey Muskingum Electric Co-op. And we'll have to kind of debate that for a couple seconds to see who we want to give those awards to following this game. Pirates back, shotgun formation. Again, they go to Elijah Brown. Brown dances and kind of gets, looks like he picks up enough yards for the first down. He only needed about 2, picked up about 3. That'll make it 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, Wheelersburg playing right now. Kind of just play the game methodically. Take as much time off the clock as you can as we're sitting. They're getting underneath that 6-minute mark.
And coming down on the 6-minute mark and the 20 seconds to go on the play clock as Wheelersburg breaks the huddle. They'll run that down under 10 seconds before they take the snap. Little touch pass to Evans that time as he comes in motion across the formation. Turns it up and stays on his feet in the scrum there.
Yeah, and Evans hasn't had the opportunity to make very many plays in the open field. He's been, held to just a couple of receptions and not had the chance to showcase what he's able to do. But you watch him even just take those, simple strides. I mean, they're long strides. He's able to make, a cut at any given moment. He's a heck of an athlete. Even just watching him in the little bit that he's had the ball. So,
6'2", and does have a long stride, but you see him at the state track meet maybe, huh? I'd bet on that.
Probably.
Unless he's a really good cleanup hitter or something. He's.
You never know.
You never know.
I know Wheelersburg, have a long history of successful programs, and their football this year looking to make an appearance to the regional finals as they get stopped on a run here to make it 3rd and about 5.
Rucker handed it off to Brown.
Run by number 22.
I'm sorry, that's Steve Hall that time on the carry.
Stop made by number 26.
Looks like he picked up a yard maybe. Tulliver on the tackle.
Down and 6 for the Pirates. Ball spotted at the Shamrocks 25-yard line.
And again, the Pirates taking their time to get the play in.
Yeah, no rush here as, we're getting to 4.5 minutes.
4.5 minutes. They're going to run the clock as much as they can.
Yeah, and you want to run that clock to give Barnesville the least amount of time to get these 2 possessions back.
Ball inside the 30-yard line, about the 25. Rucker's going to keep that one, run to the right side. He gets a first down. Looks like he's going to break it almost to the end zone. Looks like he got thrown out of bounds at about the 1-yard line.
Yeah, he had that opening on that far side, and when you're running it up the middle every time, you just turn around and say, let's go to the outside, give him a different look, and a lot of success from Wheelersburg running it to the outside, and number 4, Braylon Rucker, showcasing his speed, his athleticism, taking the Pirates down to about the 1-yard line, so in dangerous scoring position now with
about 4 minutes to go, 4:12 on the clock. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. Rucker could be the leading rusher tonight. We haven't done a good job of keeping stats, but between Rucker and Brown, probably one of those 2 are the leading rushers. That time he hands it off to Brown, and he goes straight into the end zone for another touchdown.
And you have to wonder if that's the nail in the coffin as, Barnesville just keeps getting into a deeper hole as they're unable to stop the run game of the Wheelersburg Pirates. And what looks like it's about to be a 4 years, 4 losses to Wheelersburg in the OHSAA playoffs.
Heimbeck on to do the kicking duties. Longfellow, the holder. Snap's good, holds good, kick is up, and it is good as well, making the score 36-13 in favor of the Garaway Pirates. We'll take a break and be back for the final 4:10 of this game.
We know parenting is a full-time job, and it can be easy to get caught up in everyday life. The Ohio Children's Trust Fund and our partners are here for you because we all need a little help sometimes. We can connect you with essential resources in your community. Everything from parenting support to ideas for self-care. For the love of your family, visit octf.ohio.gov/love to find the support you need.
High school football
From AVC Sports.
on WBNV, Barnesville, Woodsfield.
93 BNV.
Welcome back. We got 4:10 to go here in this Division 5 Region 19 semifinal game. It looks like the Wheelersburg Pirates have this one pretty much in hand. 36-13. A lot of celebrating going on.
Pressbox having a good time.
The Pressbox guys are all having a good time, flashing the lights, and this music plays here over the PA system. And the Shamrocks, at this point, in trouble, looking like they might lose for the 4th time in 4 years to Wheelersburg in the playoffs. Heimbeck kicks the ball off. This one goes deep down the middle, taken at about the 2-yard line. Tulliver brings it up, showing off his speed, finds a little bit of a gap, gets it out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line.
Yeah, and as we talked about, the room next to us having a good time, and I just have to compliment the facilities here. It's a nice stadium. We had a pretty easy walk to where we needed to go, and once you get up here, you're looking at all these different rooms that they each have their own door. It's a look that you don't typically see, and we're
it's kind of a collegiate-looking press
box.
Yeah,
we're in here in our own box. We have windows that we can do whatever we decide to with. We have the ability to look at both windows here and see a lot of stuff going on, but a good view. The corners for us a little bit obstructed, but if we just kind of stand our butts up, we can see what's going on.
That's right. All right, so Shamrocks have the ball.
But again, a big thank you to Wheelersburg for doing a great job with hospitality here as Barnesville taking a timeout. And,
looks like a little confusion on the Barnesville side as they come out on the field.
Yeah, they're taking that timeout. Let's see. Okay, so they do have a clock for timeouts, John. So maybe that was our confusion.
We were confused before. We looked like the clock was running during the timeouts, but
maybe. There's not 40 seconds left in this game. We're looking at about 4:02,
4 minutes,
4:03. Yeah. Just over 4 minutes. Just over 4 minutes. But no, we really appreciate everything Wheelersburg has done for us. They've came in here multiple times and asked, "You guys okay? Do you guys need anything?"
Well, the nice thing is, this stadium's Ed Miller Stadium. Coached here for many years. Took this program to prominence, and named the stadium after him. He passed away about 3 years ago. His son Matt Miller is over in the far press box, and he owns the local Penn Station, which is where the subs came from that we got in the
Good Eats today.
Good Eats today, and he provided those for us. I guess he was the quarterback of the 1989 team when they won their first state championship here at Wheelersburg.
And that's got to be special for a father-son coach quarterback duo.
That's right. Barnesville in the shotgun formation. Wells takes that one, gets out to the right side, and picks up about 10 yards for a first down before he got brought down by Longfellow. Looks like some new numbers in the game for
all around. We have a handful
Pirates.
of substitutions.
Yep.
The sophomore Cannon Arthur in for Wheelersburg, and a handful of other clean jerseys. Number 9, Cam Chamberlain. He's a junior, 6'3", 165, and just a handful around. Kind of the same with Barnesville. They are keeping a handful of their major offensive production out there to try and get a score within the next 3.5 minutes, but
Tulliver and hand is to our near sideline. They pass it out to Tulliver, and he drops the ball as it kind of falls through his hands. Incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
A low pass from the quarterback, and both teams doing that style of play where they just get that kind of outer swing route and doing a good job of defending it are both teams throughout this game, but just as I mentioned, a low ball thrown there by Cole Francis, and unable to do anything with it is Tolliver, and he kind of looked up like, man, I should have had that, but tough catch for any player.
And it looks like Evan Wells is in at quarterback again. Shotgun formation. Tolliver beside him. He's trying to pass that ball. Gets a completion to number 11. He breaks a tackle, and then he gets drugged down as he gets down to about the 30-yard line of Wheelersburg. And that is Phoenix Graham with the catch and run.
Looks like number 9, Cam Chamberlain, coming off that sideline, must have taken a shocker because he's going to his shoulder and his arm's just kind of limp. That kind of hurt.
So Wells in at quarterback once again.
Bringing in Hayden Henderson, the sophomore, in place of him.
Tolliver leaning that time, no flag on the play. Wells trying to scramble, throws across his body, and incomplete. Intended for Jack Anderson, who had a big catch earlier in this game. Incomplete.
Yeah, and Anderson, up in contention for the player of the game, as he had a very big play in the first quarter to get Barnesville on the board first, but and he did have an interception, so big plays on both sides of the ball.
Big sides.
Something we'll keep in mind as we pick our Dairy Queen player
I would
of the
say
game.
Between him and Trey Tolliver has had a good game running the ball, returning kickoffs, and also making several tackles. And we'd have to take into consideration Hines Ford, a lot of tackles tonight as well.
Yeah, good job from all of the Barnesville star players, and a lot of things for us to consider as we approach the final 3 minutes of this game.
Tolliver not giving up as he takes that handoff to the left, takes it back to the right, and gets down inside the 20-yard line. And he gets tripped up again by Bryson Longfellow.
A hard run from, you said Tolliver's a sophomore, which is kind of incredible to believe, but didn't want to go down there as the Shamrocks are in the red zone.
Tolliver built like he's 5'10", 210. They had him here as a junior on the roster, but I thought he was a sophomore. But he is a big load to bring down. That time a quick pass from Wells. Can't see who made the catch on that. Makes it about 2nd and 9, and we get a timeout by the Shamrocks.
Yeah, Shamrocks taking a timeout. And, as we look at what Wheelersburg has been doing pretty well, with Barnesville picking up the tempo, their defense has kind of been on their heels. So I'm curious if Wheelersburg might take this timeout to maybe get some of their original starters in, so that way, they have a better idea of what to expect from the Shamrocks. But a good drive so far. Of course, with 2:25 left to go in the game, it's kind of I think it's kind of more difficult for Barnesville to say, okay, this is how we're going to mount our comeback, because it's a 3-possession game.
Right.
You have to bank on a lot to go your way if you want a chance to get close to tying this game. So
I think the outcome of this game has been determined. It's just a matter of
control at the line of scrimmage.
Control the line of scrimmage, and right now Barnesville's got the starter still in. Looks like backups for Wheelersburg, and Wheelersburg chose from this timeout. They did not put the starters back in, and why would they? Why would they risk injury at this point? Let these younger players get a chance to play and get some playoff experience.
A lot of sophomores on the field right now for Wheelersburg, as I've noticed.
Wells still in at quarterback. Tolliver goes in motion. Screen place up to the right side. That goes to Kobe Jones. Jones gets about 5 yards on that pickup, gets down to almost the 10-yard line. Maybe 11 or 12-yard line. Should bring up 3rd and about 2. Oh, no, 3rd and a little longer than that. Like 3rd and about 5.
Yeah, 2 minutes to go in this game now, and there is not a lot of time for the Shamrocks to try and make anything happen. I don't think they're going to make, that type of comeback, but definitely looking to get in the end zone one more time before their season, unfortunately, comes to an end.
3 receivers to the left. Evans takes it. Tolliver goes that way as well. Sidearm pass. Again goes to number 11, Phoenix Graham. And he gets it down close to a touchdown. We got flags on the play.
Yeah, we're going to see what the call is here, but they are in the backfield, so looks like it could either be a holding call, which I just saw them.
The preliminary signal says holding. That's going to back them up 10 yards.
And that was a good play by Barnesville. They almost got in the end zone there, but now they're going to be working with what was a 3rd and about 5 to where that flag was thrown. It's going to be a little bit further than the Shamrocks would like. I mean, that flag was thrown at the 22. So if they move that ball, I mean, if they do the original spot foul, looks like it is going to be taken from the 22 as they were about the 12-yard line.
Yeah,
so
12-yard line. So about a 10-yard penalty. So third and about
15.
Again, 3 receivers to the left side. Wells, the quarterback, in shotgun. Tulliver beside him. Throws it across the middle, and that one is almost intercepted.
22.
Off the hands of number 22, Stephen Hall. We've seen Hall a lot on the offensive side. Now he's getting a chance to play on the defensive side.
Yeah, we're going to see what the Shamrocks do here on 4th down. Obviously, at this point of the season, it wouldn't hurt to go for it because, I mean, what do you have to lose, right?
That's right. It's 4-down territory right now. With the 1:28 to go after that incomplete pass, clock is stopped. 3 receivers to the left. Wells in shotgun, Tulliver to his right. Shotgun snap. Wells drops back. Gets a little bit of pressure, throws it down the right-hand side. 2 players fight for that ball. And it looks like it was brought down by the Pirates, number 3. That is Bryson Longfellow with the interception. 1:19 to go. The Pirates will be able to salt this one away with a couple kneel downs.
Yeah, I think they can get away with a couple quick runs up the middle. I don't think that Barnesville has the means to, stop the Pirates on.
I mean, Barnesville could call a couple timeouts and try to get the ball
left,
back.
so.
They only have 1 left, so they're not going to be able to call a timeout. So my guess is that we'll see 2 kneel downs and this game will be over.
Yeah, and you have to give props to the Barnesville Shamrocks. They upgraded their competition a little bit. That's where their 2 losses came from. They had one of the longest regular season win streaks in the state of Ohio, and that coming to an end. Again, these 2 West Virginia teams that they played, Independence and George Washington, really tough teams, schools with big numbers of enrollment and a lot of football, experience. It looks like Wheelersburg is going to get into a victory formation.
Victory formation, and Rucker takes the snap, kneels down, clock's running. 1:08 to go, about 30 seconds on the play clock, so they'll have to kneel down at least one more time to run this clock.
They've been
out.
running that out of shotgun, so if they make that snap and he just kind of waits a second, and then as long as he gets to that 40-second mark, as we're now under a minute, 36-13 lead for the Pirates over
and
Barnesville.
if the officials do us a favor, they'll not set the game clock until it gets underneath 30 seconds.
And it looks like that this will be the last snap of the game. Quarterback looks, sees 40 seconds.
And another kneel down by Rutgers, 30 seconds to go, and that'll be the end of the game as the final 40 seconds will run off the clock. Final score here from Ed Miller Stadium tonight. The Wheelersburg Pirates 36, the Barnesville Shamrocks 13. We'll take a break, come back with a final few thoughts and some final statistics as the season comes to an end for the Barnesville Shamrocks. We'll be right back here on 93 BNV.
Village Hardware and Rental in Barnesville. We've got everything you need for homeowner, contractor, and commercial jobs. From trusted Milwaukee tools and everyday hardware to pro-grade Valspar paint, trusted color you can count on. Plus, we offer paint mixing, key cutting, special orders, and commercial services too. And now, introducing our officially open firearms and ammo department. Fully stocked, trusted, and convenient. Whether you're working, improving, or protecting, Village Hardware and Rental is your one-stop shop. Drop by at 265 South Chestnut Street, Barnesville. Village Hardware and Rental. We make it easy to build the world around you. Power meets performance at Bellman Ford with this 2017 Ford F-250 Lariat Crew Cab. Featuring the legendary 6.7-liter Power Stroke diesel engine and only 64,000 miles, this truck is built to work hard and play harder. With its Lariat luxury interior and impressive towing power, you'll conquer every job in comfort and style. Don't miss your chance to own a truck that's as tough as you are. Stop by Dome Ford today and test drive this incredible F-250 before it's gone.
Honestly, we've all been there. That place where it's past anxiety, past focus, where even reaching out to your closest friend feels too hard. I'm Crystal Reynolds with Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. We understand how fast those feelings can take over, especially with the stress of work, family, and life. That's why we've opened a mental health urgent care clinic in Cambridge, Ohio, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. No appointment needed. Just walk in. Come in today. Feel better today. Call us, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions Mental Health Urgent Care.
Hi, this is Melissa Smithberger. Are you looking to sell or buy real estate? Smithberger Realty is a part of our nation's largest traditional and auction real estate company. We can provide you with national marketing with local expertise. Come visit our offices in Clarington or Barnesville.
Smithberger Realty is an affiliate of United Country Real Estate.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of a guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
If you're having any problems with your heating system, you want someone who will be there right away to help. This is Russ Abels. At Abels, we provide emergency service for any brand of heating cooling system 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call us. We promise to get you up and running quickly and professionally. And if you ever need a replacement, we'll help you save energy and money with a new high-efficiency system. And we will do a flawless installation. If you need help with your heating, call Abels.
Welcome back once again to Ed Miller Stadium here in Wheelersburg for the final wrap-up of the Division 5 Region 19 regional semifinal football game. The Wheelersburg Pirates with a 36-13 win over the Barnesville Shamrocks. Fourth year in a row that the Pirates have knocked the Shamrocks out of the playoffs. And unfortunately here in Wheelersburg tonight, the Shamrocks couldn't do much better than the 3 previous years. We do have a couple of awards we want to give away before we wrap up this broadcast. First of all, we have the Player of the Game from Dairy Queen. This goes to a player from Barnesville, the Dairy Queen Player of the Game, and we decided that it was going to be Jack Anderson. He's a 5'7" senior, wearing number 16. He had a long catch early in this game, put the Shamrocks at the 2-yard line for right before their first touchdown. Also came up with an interception late in the first half to stop a Wheelersburg drive. And so for those efforts tonight, we want to give the Dairy Queen Player of the Game to Jack Anderson.
Yeah, that long play setting up Barnesville for their first score of the game. And a big play because quarterback Francis was scrambling. He just kind of slipped out the backside of the defense there and was open down the field. And then on defense, having an interception, which, as a senior, doing everything that he can to keep his team within the game and just coming up a little bit short as Wheelersburg controlling the line of scrimmage and just being a bit too much for the Barnesville Shamrocks for the 4th year in a row.
And then we also have to give away the power lineman of the game from the Guernsey Muskingum Electric Co-op. This goes to a Barnesville lineman for their play in the game, and we decided to give this award to Gavin Morris. Gavin played in the first half, looked like he had some kind of an ankle injury, missed most of the second half, but we want to give this award kind of as a leader of the line. He's a senior lineman, 6'2", 280. He's played all year, and like we said, you don't run the ball as well as Barnesville has run the ball this year without a strong line. So we'd like to recognize Gavin Morris tonight. I think one of his teammates, Dylan Lucas, received that award a couple weeks ago. So we want to give this to Gavin Morris tonight. Congratulations to Gavin for the power lineman of the game from Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative. And unfortunately, Brett, the Barnesville Shamrocks go down tonight. Again, 36-13, a valiant effort. Had the lead early, 7-0. Excuse me, Wheelersburg was able to answer that.
Yeah, when you look at what Wheelersburg was able to do after going down 7-0, 15 straight unanswered for the Pirates, and then just as we talked about, they controlled the line of scrimmage, which was one of the keys that we talked about going into this game. Whoever could control that there was going to be in a very good place to come away with the win. And the run game for Wheelersburg really strong. You have the quarterback Braylon Rucker, who's able to throw the Shamrock defense off with option plays and quarterback runs, and really just a fantastic
really,
job
Rucker
with his legs.
was the key to the game for Wheelersburg's offense. You know, he made a couple passes. We said he threw the interception. We weren't super impressed with the passes, but when they did pass the ball, it was swing passes or little touch passes or, you know, just kind of out in the flats. They didn't really throw the ball downfield much, but they didn't have to. They were able to run the ball successfully all game, and a lot of that was his ability to read and hand it off, whether it was handing off to Elijah Brown or to I want to get the guy's name right, Stephen Hall, and both those guys had nice games running the ball, but he also pulled them out sometimes and kept it himself and was able to run the ball and had some nice runs himself. So I think he made a lot of good decisions, and I think that's really the reason that the Wheelersburg offense goes as well as it does go.
Yeah, when you have three options at running back, just to handle the ball and make a play on the ground and not even have to put the ball in the air, it makes a huge difference because you're giving yourself options offensively with three different players. So it's going to be interesting to see what Wheelersburg will do next week, as I'm going to try and find a quick update for that game.
So we know they're going to play the winner of the Columbus Academy and Nelsonville York game, which is taking place right now.
There's a final. Nelsonville York taking that game 10-7.
10-7, a close
There was
game.
an interception pretty late in the game with 1:50 left, and they were able to take that down. So a game between Wheelersburg and Nelsonville York, and those are pretty close teams. That's going to be a pretty well-attended game because they have to find a neutral site of that game. That's going to be somewhere, within.
It might be at OU maybe, or Athens, somewhere in that area.
Who knows? We don't know. The OHSAA will make that decision. Those are both Southeast District teams, so we're going to figure out probably this weekend where they're going to have some regional final matchups all across the state. But again, the Wheelersburg Pirates advancing to the regional finals here in Division 5, Region 19. They will take on the Nelsonville York, whatever they are. I can't remember what they are right now, but I've had them before, and
can't remember myself either.
I can't. I know that their logo looks like the Yankees logo. And that's about as far as I can think of, but I can't remember what their mascot is.
So anyway, we do want to final again tonight, 36-13 here. I want to thank all our sponsors tonight: Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Abel's Electric Heating and AC, Allwell Behavioral Health Services, Ohio Children's Trust Fund, Campbell Plumley Milburn Funeral Home, WVU Medicine Barnesville Hospital, Life Support Therapy Services, Doan Ford, Village Hardware and Rental, West 40 Auto Sales, Bicon Services, Dutro Ford, Lincoln Nissan, Schaefer Insurance Agency, Smith Burger, Realty, and Brett, on behalf of you and the station, WBNV 93.5, we want to thank all of you guys for listening tonight. Once again, our final tonight, the Wheelersburg Pirates 36, Barnesville Shamrocks 13. Thank you for joining us.
You've been listening to High School Football, a presentation of AVC Sports on WBMV, Barnesville Woodsfield's 93 BNV.